What's going on, Drinking Buddies? Brand new podcast coming right at you, but you know what we got to do first. We got to do those things that generate a little revenue. First and foremost, we are brought to you by the Patreon at patreon.com/MattSlayer. Do you want to support this show? You can do it for less than $3 a month, less than the cost of a beer. And for just a little bit more, just a touch more, you can get some bonus content. You can get the episodes completely uncensored. So check that out today at patreon.com/MattSlayer. Once again, that is patreon.com/MattSlayer. We're also brought to you this week by our merch store at anwd.net/merch. You want an awesome hat, some rad shirts? Check out the merch store today. Got all sorts of awesome designs. So cover your shame in my wares at anwd.net/merch. The other way you can support this show is subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/nowwedrink. Why wouldn't you want to watch the video versions anyways? The video versions are released a week after the audio version, except for the Patreon members, of course. So go to youtube.com/nowwedrink. Subscribe today. Costs you nothing but a couple seconds. The other very easy way to support this show. Signal boost. Tell your friends. Retweet stuff. Just spread the word. Really that easy, Drinking Buddies. I appreciate the hell out of you. Let's get on with the show. My guest this week is Xbiz's Gay Performer of the Year. The GayVN Best Newcomer 2024. You know him. You love him. Derek Kage. This was just a super fun episode. It tangents quite a bit. And there is a ton of butt stuff that gets talked about. Absolute ton. But sit back, relax, pop a cold one, and enjoy, Drinking Buddies.
When aliens come to take over, they look at us like we're out of our minds now. We're gonna galactic makeover, and now we're thinking that they just might be right. I cannot wait for this whole world to end. I'm gonna break out the bottle with my friends. I think they'll tell the best stories when we're gone. And now we drink.
I'm a professional, I swear!
I believe it, especially when we get further into that.
Well, luckily I just pressed the buttons. I don't have to press them again. I just have to make sure things don't fuck up in the meantime.
Okay. I'll be the one that fucks it up. You just be the professional.
Why? Why would I start now?
Why would I start now?
How's the Angels Envy, by the way?
It's fantastic. I mean, you really can't go wrong with anything. Is this one from Kentucky?
Well, sort of.
Sort of.
So the Angels Envy brand is from Kentucky?
Okay, yeah. It actually says handcrafted and bottled in Louisville. So, yeah. Or, God, I got to say it, Louisville.
Well, so they may have changed it because it used to be when they first rolled that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, like 10 years ago at this point. There's a massive rye distillery, like a factory rye distillery in southern Indiana.
Oh, okay. I mean,
that produces a lot, like produced Templeton, like a whole bunch of like the bigger ryes.
Yeah.
And that rye was definitely bottled there at first, or at least distilled there. So they may have been like, we're pushing the barrels across the border.
They're actually rolling them across the river,
right?
Like to get them into Louisville.
Like it's in Louisville now.
Stamp a fucking seal of approval on that shit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To you, to your fucking win last night.
Appreciate it, man. I'm still riding high from that. I'm like, and only in my first full year of doing studio porn, I won Performer of the Year, and it's wild.
Absolutely.
And I'm kind of looking at everybody else, just like, yes, step up your game.
You old bitches, you've been here for a decade. Why is this mine?
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping we were going to bring it tonight and just put it on the table.
I wish, man, but no, so it was just like a stunt trophy that they had to take pictures with. It wasn't our actual trophy.
I mean, it could have been if you tried harder.
I mean, I can fit a lot inside me to like hide. I don't think I could have done that one.
Just a little lube. I'm sure there was some extra lying around.
Everything's a dildo if you try hard enough and you have enough courage.
Right? Derek shows up to the podcast. It's kind of waddling in. It's like, I've been up there all night. Like, dude, couldn't have.
Like, yes, challenge accepted. Xbiz never invites me back again.
I would, though. I definitely would. I mean, I'm going to invite you back anyway, so I'm already having a great time. But Like that would be a first in the fucking history. Whoop.
Well, if the fans want me back, then we're gonna try for it.
Just try to smuggle the trophy to the show.
I'm gonna just be walking out so carefully. No, I would never get invited back.
Oh, it's porn. Come on.
Yeah, I think a lot worse has happened, but
Like you didn't beat the shit out of somebody or sexually assault someone, and those people have gotten invited back before. So
it's fair. That's fair. I always say sometimes I'll be on set and just shit will be going awry, or they'll ask me like, "Would you be willing to do this or this?" And I'm like, I've done a lot worse for a lot less. Like, let's be real here. This is a walk in the park.
what sort of stuff are they asking you to do that's like so controversial?
Oh man, what was one? I remember a fisting movie that I did. And I had never really fisted before. I don't myself get fisted. I just don't enjoy it. It doesn't feel good. And I remember what was the studio? Oh, Fisting Inferno is the name of the studio. And they were like, would you be willing to like get all the way inside and then just kind of push up against his stomach to like make it do like a windshield wiper thing? And I was like, I've never done that, but we're going to go for it. Like, I've done a lot worse for a lot less, so let's go.
I can't imagine that would be great for someone's insides.
I think this person just didn't really have them. They just kind of like when they know that something's coming, I think his insides just like clear the way. It's just nothing but cavern
You're just
on
like,
the inside.
Why am I not feeling walls? What the fuck?
Yeah, you're gonna love this. His studio name or his stage name is Max Depth.
That is a great name.
That's a great for someone that it really enjoys getting fisted.
Right? It's like that name just screams power bottom.
Oh, it was but big old dick, big ball, but definitely just loves getting fisted. Absolutely loves getting fisted.
More power to him.
Yeah, I mean, he knows what he wants.
Right?
Knows what he likes.
And that's the important part in life.
Yeah, he practically made my tattoo disappear.
It's like, you're in there much longer. You get a fucking doctor's license for proctology.
I mean, it looked great. It looked fantastic. But since I had never done that before, and it was just something I had never experienced, and it was so, raw, I guess you could say. And the thing was I felt the wall of muscle on the inside. Yeah, your faces are exactly, and I'm on camera figuring this out for the first time, and I was just like, fuck. I was like, this is really crazy. And when that part of the scene was done, I've never had to do this before, but I was just like, I need a minute. I've got to process what I just did and what I just felt. And so I just kind of walked away, had a moment, and I was like, oh, just add that one to the list.
Right? I have, never fisted anyone in my life, so it's I have fairly big hands, and I'm heterosexual, so it's just like most women are not looking to get this put inside them. Like
that's fair, but I mean, you never know.
What? No one's ever been like, yo, let's do this. And I'm not looking it's not something that turns me on, so I'm not going to broach the subject.
Okay, I got you. It's never been a first date subject. Never, no.
I'm generally happy to get a couple fingers in on the first date.
Just if you hang around the gays long enough, it's funny because like I've had conversations amongst straight people, and I've had conversations amongst gays. I think a lot of straight people would just really look at us like, what in the fuck are the gays doing? Because we talk about shit that is just otherworldly, and we laugh about it as if it's just, oh yeah, I did that last weekend. I took, 17 loads from, 25 different guys. Like, that's normal conversation.
I don't know why that would be surprising. That it's imagine like the frat bros are fucking each other. Like the exact same conversation that would be misogynistic and like unsavory if it was directed towards women. But like it's two consenting dudes. It's like, oh, game on.
Yeah. It's like this is what we do.
Yeah.
This is just natural. So.
There's nothing wrong with it. Like if it's happening between two consenting adults and everyone's having a good time, who the fuck cares?
That's two consenting adults, and as long as all boundaries are being minded, or what's the word, that they're being respected.
Right.
Yeah. As long as boundaries and limits are being respected, like, more power to them.
Right. Who gives a fuck what two people want to do for fun together?
We could really go into that. Apparently the United States government at some point.
Which I understand. Like, we have I mean, human history is just problematic.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
we're like just coming out of a period of time where, like, you know, entire groups of people were being thoroughly disrespected and completely disregarded in the eyes of the law. And then now it's just kind of like all of it's coming together where we're like, yeah, we're going to get ours too, motherfuckers. Like,
but what's fucked is it's coming back around where it's like, oh, like fucking parts of society are trying to overcorrect on it.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, no. Yeah, we gave you all those rights. We want to roll those all the fuck back right now. Like,
they're like, wait, no, that was a bad idea. And we're like, buckle up.
Right.
We're here.
Hey, for fuck's sake, why the fuck would anyone give a fuck about gay marriage? Like, are you going to get married to another man? To another woman if you're a woman? No? Then why the fuck do you care?
Because they have nothing else going on in their lives.
That's 100% true.
They have nothing else going on. Or they want it. That's what they like. The sheer amount of closeted, like, more, you know, conservative Christian, like the sheer number of closeted people like that, closeted guys like that, is you might not be surprised, but it's up there.
Oh yeah, it's like
up there.
Every legislator who's like so fervently anti-gay, like all of a sudden it's just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Not only have you been going through gay acts, you've been paying for it too, which is also against you know what your constituents would want you to do.
Yeah, I used to live in DC, and I can tell you that gay male escorts in DC make some of the most money.
Oh, I'm sure.
In DC. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it's all Republicans. All Republicans.
Were you in that life at all, or
a little bit? Yeah. I didn't really escort in DC. I did for a little bit in Utah, which is that's a whole other story as well. No, I really didn't while I was in DC, but I knew a few of the escorts that were in DC. The gay life in DC is very, like, everybody kind of knows everybody, and word gets around very quickly about, you know, who's doing what, who's who. And I mean, all you had to do was pull up the website that showed who was an escort, and you're like, oh, that one, I remember him. Like, so it's, yeah, you kind of know what's going on.
These Republican senators are like, I was paying for discretion. Like,
NDAs have been signed. We'll say that much.
Yeah, but the NDA is worthless.
I know.
Absolutely fucking worthless. I talked about this on here a couple times. Like, one, you can't make someone sign an NDA for a crime, and prostitution is still illegal in DC.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Two, if you violate the NDA and they sue you over it, they're just confirming it happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a few senators up there too that, like, it's kind of a running joke about who actually pays and who doesn't.
Oh, there's people stiffing? Like, not...
I don't know about stiffing, but I think, like, you know, like they're involved, but they're not, like, fully committing. They're not actually going forth and doing the damn thing, you know. But there's some that actually are, like, fully paying and been skirting by with it for decades.
Well, and hopefully we get to a point in society where they can live their fucking truth.
You'd fucking think so,
right?
Like, with 2024, like, really, this is what we're going to, like, this is the hill that they're going to die on. And trust, like, they are dying on it.
Well, yeah, because they're preaching all this bullshit to their, you know, constituents, and they're like, well, if I'm called out as a hypocrite, no one's going to reelect me.
That's right. And it's, you know, the fact that that's kind of what they want is, like, I mean, granted, every politician, that's their goal, get reelected, obviously, because then they can stay in power. They can, you know, they can still have that power. But I think the days of, like, politicians having backbones are long gone. At least not in our lifetime. I don't think we're going to see it in especially from, like, conservatives. No. I don't think that we're going to see it. We're just going to see them preaching Christian whatever, and then, you know, jerking off to gay porn as soon as they get home.
Oh yeah, for sure. And, like, I'm very on record about this. I don't like Trump. but I wanted to like Trump because it's like the guy wants a space force. He hangs out with porn stars. Like he's unhinged. This could be fun. It wasn't.
It was not fun.
It was not fun at all. It's like, but it was kind of like communism on paper. Like communism on paper should work just fine. You know, everyone gets their needs met.
Yeah.
Historically doesn't work out so well.
Yeah. Well, if we were to get like full political science discussion, so I have a master's in political science.
I'm wildly uneducated, so this will be fun.
Oh, okay. So like, in Marx, in his idea of what socialism and communism was supposed to be, was essentially like you couldn't get to socialism or communism without going through capitalism first. Like people, the proletariat, if you will, had to learn about capitalism and the evils of capitalism in order to move forward to socialism. So, like, and then from socialism, you know, they kind of learn even more that like, oh, this is a beautiful thing. Let's move to communism. So, communists, as you know, most Americans know them, that wasn't communism. That was dictatorship.
Oh yeah, that was Stalinism.
Yeah, that was Stalinism, Leninism, Maoism, all of it. It was never like communism, like as Marx saw it, never communism.
Yeah, but Marx also didn't get the job done, so.
How dare he die?
Right. And then how dare Lenin die and leave Stalin? Well, Stalin kind of put himself in charge, but
He did.
Yeah.
He did. By very brute force.
Yes.
Put himself into power.
It's one of those things where like Stalin actually killed more of his own people than Hitler killed other people. It's just he did it to his own people, so the world can't look the other way.
Yeah, Hitler rolls into Poland and they're like, oh, fuck no.
Right.
Like, how dare you?
But if you want to brutally murder your own people,
Go right ahead.
Yeah.
You know?
isn't history fun?
No, it's not. You look back on history and there's just dark moments. He's like riddled throughout history.
I really hope that we don't look back and be like, oh, we're in one of those right now.
We might.
Yeah.
We might. I mean, I'm from Alabama. Like, it's hard to like have anything worse than Alabama. It really is.
But Mississippi's right there.
Yeah, but they really didn't have like the monumental occasions. Like they didn't have the March on Birmingham. You know, they didn't have Selma. They didn't have the Birmingham bombing, like the church bombing that killed 4 little girls. Like Mississippi kind of skirted by on all that. They were like, leave us the fuck alone. Alabama was like, no, we're gonna fight this tooth and nail, and no, it didn't really work out for them.
No, and what's crazy? It's kind of like the people that are like billionaire stands now. It's like most of the people that are fighting for this, it doesn't affect their daily life at all.
No.
Most of these people were not generational fucking wealthy people that owned people back in the day. It's like, what the fuck do you care? But someone's telling you that could be you one day.
There was I forget who said it, but it was just kind of like Americans believe that they're just one step away from being the next millionaire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, absolutely not.
No.
There's how many of 320 million of us, and I think 12 are like billionaires,
Yeah.
maybe in the hundreds. I think there's like 400 millionaire or like multimillionaires, and then from there it's like no, you're not going to be. Bless your heart,
Right.
We say this stuff. Bless your heart, honey.
So I'm curious, like growing up in Alabama, like what was the gay scene like there?
Well, so I grew up just outside of a place called Huntsville.
Okay.
And it's actually very well educated. If you can put the word well educated and Alabama in the same sentence, that's where I grew up just outside of that. And, like NASA has presence there, Marshall Space Flight Center, the United States Army has a huge base there. So it's like people, we literally have rocket scientists in, my hometown. And so really growing up there, it was a lot more, I wouldn't say progressive, but just like didn't give a shit, So the gay scene, when I was there were actually 3 gay bars, I think, in Huntsville. There aren't anymore. Like all of us kind of escaped. We were like, no, not for us anymore. But it was when I came out, all of my family knew, like they were like, yeah, we're not surprised. They shouldn't have been surprised. My mom's, search of my internet history confirmed. And my whole family was just kind of like, yeah, makes sense. Most of my friends were like, yeah, we figured. So most of the people that I was around, they were just like, yeah, whatever. We don't care. Which, that's neither great nor bad. It's just kind of a cool, go on about your life now.
Well, and hopefully as a society, we get to the point where that is a reaction for everybody. It's just like, cool.
Yeah.
Just go about your life. Like,
and in all reality, it's just, it really does not make a difference anymore. It shouldn't make a difference.
No.
Where it's just like, because if anybody makes a big deal out of it, I understand like making a huge deal out of it. They'll be like very supportive because we're still in a time of coming out can be dangerous for people. It can actually be very dangerous for some people. Even in Utah, I believe has the highest rates of teen suicide because teenagers are coming out and their parents are disowning them because of the Mormon religion. Mormon religion is a cult, by the way. It is nothing but a cult.
I mean, most organized religions are.
Yeah, exactly. This one just happens to be one of the most recent and most successful.
Don't worry, Scientology's beating them out.
Oh, geez, Scientology. Do you listen to this podcast, last podcast on the left?
I know it. I haven't listened to it in a while.
They did an entire series on Scientology. The people that believe in that, like, you just have to be a special kind of stupid. Like, and just boatloads of money to throw at whatever. When I heard that episode or those episodes, I'm like, who would believe this? Who?
Well, I have a theory. In 100 years, they will be the dominant religion.
Whoa, okay, spill.
My theory behind it is they embrace celebrity like nobody else. And modern America and our America for the last 20, 30 years is so celebrity obsessed.
True.
So if it continues down that path, well, do you see the Catholic Church courting celebrities? Do you see celebrities being like, I'm Catholic and I'm proud? I
almost made a really horrible joke.
Come on with it. Like, you don't have...
I would say most celebrities aren't children. And it's funny because it's true.
It's true.
Yeah. We in the gay community recently, we've had this whole like, drag queens are indoctrinating our children. We can't have drag story time at library because that's just indoctrination. Yet you've got the Catholic Church that for the last 80 years has been more and more is coming out about them actually sexually assaulting children and abusing children for years and covering it up. And it's like, and what else was it? There was, the Jeffrey Epstein list. Not a single fucking drag queen.
Right.
But politicians out the ass. And it's like, this is where we're at. Just people trying to cover up their shit. It's like what we were just talking about, how the ones that scream the loudest, especially politicians, you're kind of like, why are you so concerned about this?
Right. Right. I'm on record about it. It's like organized religion served its purpose back in the day when we were all small tribes, their limited resources.
Yeah.
It was something to bring the team together.
Yeah, there's a book about it. It's called The Righteous Mind. Have you read this or heard about it?
I'm illiterate now.
Oh, well done for being illiterate.
That's why I just look for glowing buttons.
You're like, this is where we're at. We're making success. So we're making a successful business out of this.
This is why I really need a personal assistant to read me story time.
Oh, I mean, this with this voice, I might be able to like.
You are a little too busy and in high demand for me to get you to read me stories.
You don't know me. We're learning real quick.
Okay, well, that's a verbal commitment on camera. You're not going to win any awards reading me stories, but...
Maybe a podcast award? Come on.
Those are all really rigged.
Well, shit. Get more followers and more money, and then we might be able to rig it ourselves.
Right. Just like start my own podcast awards.
I support it, man.
I appreciate it.
I'll show up. I'll go up there and I'll, accept the award. And then depending on what shape that award is, try and sneak out with it.
We'll make it conducive for sneaking.
Thank you. It's funny thing. The GayVNs, which are coming up this week, they're actually very shaped like appropriately. So I think it's kind of funny how like the GayVN award very, could happen easily. The Xbiz, not so much.
Not so much.
No. So I'm kind of like the gays. The gays know what's up.
Well, and I want to talk to you about the GayVNs on a couple different fronts. First and foremost, I know you're up for a lot of shit, so we definitely need to touch on that. But also, like, I had Peter Warren on, who's one of the head honchos at AVN on recently, and I was just like, like, I may not be the person to talk about this, but it feels kind of weird. Like, on one hand, it's great that there's a separate award show that is celebrating the gay side of the house. But on the other hand, it's like, it almost feels like it's a separate but equal situation.
Yeah. I don't think that we're entirely upset about it. Because like the fact that we do have our own night and own awards, I think is special, and we make it special.
I've been at AVN during the GayVN nights.
It's
a party.
wild. It's wild, man. And also like with just the hetero side of AVN, it's massive, and like where they hold it and where they do everything. Like I don't think that you could fit everybody in a single room for doing it. So I mean that's not really an excuse for it, but I think that it does make sense to separate the two. Just logistically, it makes sense because I know like being at Xbiz last night, they like just going through the awards that they had for mostly the hetero side took like 3 hours, and then if you were to throw the gays in with it, that's another 2-3 hours on top of that. So I think logistically it makes sense, but I do see what you're saying about kind of a separate but equal thing. I don't like using that term, but as I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It was just my 2 cents. And Peter was there with you. It's just like, logistically, it wouldn't work.
Okay, so he's kind of on the same page. It's just like, there's just too many people. And also, like, sometimes with the gays, man, you gotta let us have our space. Because we will cause trouble. We will just like make everything a party. We will make everything just over the top. Yeah,
I don't understand how that sounds like a bad thing.
Okay, that's fair.
Like you're not doing a great job of selling me on keeping it separate. Maybe we just have a little less straight awards on stage.
Honestly, and to be fair, this was one of the things that I actually loved about the Xbiz Awards is. So I'm trying to work my way, infiltrate, if you will, like the bi, trans, and straight side coming from the gay side. It doesn't happen often, but I feel I have that power within me. So last night at Xbiz, I was able to meet some of the titans of that industry, like directors, producers, studios, and that was for me like very important. It was a very like. I wouldn't say strategic, but just like it was definitely a moment where I was like, this is what I've been wanting to do. And so that definitely helped. And luckily, I'll be going to AVN. You've had her on, Sophia Locke.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's unreal. Like every time I speak with Sophia, it just like smiles on my face of like how close of friends we've become over the last year. And just how much we are the same fucking person. Like I keep telling her all the time, I'm like, these are the reasons you're a gay man, and you need to embrace this. But I'm going to AVN with Sophia.
That's amazing.
So,
she's great.
Yeah, no,
absolutely
fantastic. And I saw the clip with Girthmaster where he was like, I've coined the term golden retriever energy for Sophia, and I'm like, never has a truer statement ever been made in the porn world.
Oh, she was so happy when I sent her that clip. She was just like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because it's true.
Yeah, if she was legitimately a gold retriever, her tail would have been wagging.
She'd be like, you talking about me? Huh? What's going on?
Do I get treats?
Oh, that would be her mind. Be like, do I get a treat? Come on, give me a treat.
Well, I'm curious with like trying to cross over. Are you worried at all about like some of the stigmas that are still attached to being a crossover performer? Because this is probably much more prevalent before you got into the industry, but like back in the day, there were different testing standards between the gay side of the house and the straight side of the house, and there was just some really ugly stigmas because of it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, some of those stigmas still persist.
They do. And some of those stigmas actually still persist in the gay community too. There's what I think a lot of people don't understand, and I do understand. I don't excuse it, but I understand that there is because back in the 90s, becoming infected with HIV was a death sentence. That like hands down, you were that was it.
Oh yeah.
Modern medicine and testing practices have made that moot. Like that is no longer a thing.
No, it just financially crush you.
Well, actually, so I'm on a medication. I take this medication called Descovy, and it is a pre-exposure prophylaxis. And so pre-exposure prophylaxis it's 99.9% effective, just as effective as a condom at preventing HIV. And the gays have known about this for 10 years now.
Oh yeah, PrEP has been
PrEP. It is, when I say it is a miracle drug, it is a miracle drug. HIV infection rates among gay men have plummeted. That doesn't mean that other STIs haven't skyrocketed, but you know.
and that. Hey, if it's not going to kill you, like
exactly, it's all treatable. It's all like completely treatable.
As we like to say, it's a porno cold.
Yeah. we last year at GayVN, a lot of us got the flu, and we called it the GayVN flu. But yeah, so like I still understand that there's like, you know, because there was that whole death sentence idea behind potentially getting HIV.
Oh yeah, we're about the same age. I don't know what health class was like in Alabama, but like, you know, in Illinois, like I was very much taught that like if you have unprotected sex, you will get AIDS and die. Like it's heterosexual. Like and I've told this story on there, but like the first time I intentionally had unprotected sex, I freaked out.
I believe it. Yeah.
I was so indoctrinated, like I'm gonna die. And I was sleeping with someone I'd been regularly sleeping with condoms for a while. Like
yeah.
It was so dumb.
But honestly, it was so terrifying. I mean, millions of people died. Like the entire neighborhoods of gay men were wiped out by HIV. Like, and so I understand, I get it. But in this day and age, 2024, I can tell you right now, 90% of if not all, the gay men in porn are on PrEP, or if they are HIV positive, they are undetectable. And like, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if someone says, well, there could be a chance. No. Undetectable means untransmissible. It's the U equals U. That's there. And that scientifically, there's no argument against this. And like HIV positive gay men work in the industry. And if they're cleared through, you know, the test, like the testing standards, they're cleared. Yeah. There's no risk of you getting anything. And so I understand it. I don't excuse it, but just FYI, that shit is back in the 90s. That is no longer the case.
I agree. But yeah. Unfortunately, and this is a regular topic of conversation on here, there's a lot of misinformation and lack of education in the industry altogether. Like you're a couple of years in, like how much education did you get in the industry just getting in?
It was trial by fire.
Exactly. And it's like that for everyone. It's fucking trial by fire. And some of these people who are getting their guidance from agents who have been around since the 80s or 90s, who still have those stigmas and are putting that in their fucking heads.
Really? Okay, I wasn't aware of that.
I'm not calling anyone out in specific, but it's like there are definitely a bunch of old schoolers who are still around who like, it's just, and like, I don't think it's a malicious thing. Like they probably think that they have their performer's best interest in mind.
Yeah, probably.
It's not like, oh my God, fuck the gays or anything like that. Oh, please don't soundbite that.
No, fuck the gays, but like in a hot way.
Right.
You know, not
but they have it in their head that it's still a fucking death sentence. And they're like, or that even if it's not a death sentence, by doing this, you're going to negatively affect your career because someone else is going to perceive that.
I understand. I don't, but like I said, I don't, not condone it. What's the word? I don't, wow, I just had a whole brain fart there for a second.
Want some more alcohol?
I don't, I just don't approve of anybody that tries to bring back this whole, you know, oh, you're strictly on the gay side, so I've got to be careful. I have to make sure that, you know, you're like, I'm not going to work with you because you sleep with men. It's like, but what do you think, you know, what do you think about a guy that is not on PrEP?
Right.
And is sleeping around all over the place, especially if anybody's having like extracurricular sex outside of the industry. It's like you run even more risk
100%.
With that than a gay man. Because another thing, to be on PrEP, we have to be tested every 3 months just to get our prescription. And if anything changes in our testing results for HIV, the medication will, like, for one, I have not heard of that actually happening. Someone who takes their medication as prescribed, I have not heard of it happening. And so it just makes it like, I just don't think that, I'm hoping to be someone that changes that in this industry.
I hope so too, because
Yeah.
it's not the 90s. We don't need to act like it's the fucking 90s.
Right. Right. And also, I just fucking won Performer of the Year.
Right?
Like, if you want to work with me, you're going to work with a damn good performer.
Right. It's a prestigious cock now.
Yeah.
Don't you want it inside you?
Yes.
The fuck? It's award winning. You want that run of the mill, just fucking OnlyFans creator
Yeah.
who's never even seen the inside of an award show, or do you want an award winner?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, first year award winner.
Right.
Performer of the Year.
Right.
Hop on it.
Right.
Let's go.
Reevaluate your life.
Yeah. Oh man, no, it was actually really cool though. I met a few of who I would say is the industry's greatest. Like I met Vanna Bardot last night. I met Queenie. I don't know her last name, but I met Queenie. Emma Rose, 2-time now trans performer of the year. Like, well fucking done.
Oh yeah.
And a few others but I met a lot of, women on the straight side, and they were like, it didn't seem to faze them that I was like, oh, I just won gay performer of the year, but like, I'm working on crossing over. And Queenie was actually really cool about it. She was like, you're my type. She's like, you're a gay man. You're my type. And I was like, oh, I definitely could be your type. And she's like, no, you are. Like, and I think we had a moment there. I was like, oh, I see. Oh,
did y'all go to the bathroom real quick?
I'm picking up what you're putting down. No, because they kept as performers were winning Performer of the Year. They were like, we need you all to stay back here so we can take pictures. So we were just kind of standing there like, fuck.
It's a porn award show. You just should have done it in front of everybody.
Her dress was very tight.
Well,
And one wrong move and that thing would have, now that you say it, one wrong move, that thing would have come flying off.
perfect. Perfect. Easy access.
It also had spikes on it, and I might have been a little worried about that.
If you want to come over to the straight side, you're going to have to spill a little blood, apparently.
I've done a lot worse for a lot less. More alcohol.
Right? More alcohol. How does the idea of period sex come across to you?
So, I mean, blood is just not like that's one of my limits. Like,
Okay.
if blood is coming out, it just turns me off. Like, nothing. I know that is a natural occurrence. I totally get it. I just don't like, even on guys, if like, because it happens every now and then.
Someone
tears, just like a little bit of blood will come out, and I'm like, okay, I totally get it. I understand, but like, we're gonna relax here. We're gonna, I think I might be hurting you. I might, I think I'm causing this. Let's like step it back a little bit. I definitely don't think I would do, like, I've heard the term earning your Red Wings. I don't think I could do that. No, because like the idea of blood in my mouth, no, I don't think that would work. But like, I can't say for sure because I haven't ever done it that I know of.
Well, live a little. Live a little.
Live a little. All right, girls, if it's that time, call me.
Right.
I need this experience in my life.
If you're bleeding during AVN. I think I just broke Derek.
No, I'm just in my head. I just imagined like this podcast episode coming out like on Friday, people listening to it, and then all of a sudden I have like girls walking up to me at AVN being like, "It's time."
Just handing you a bloody tampon and like pulling you off by the hand.
Oh, I brought you this gift.
I will freely admit I have pulled a tampon out with my teeth before. So
really,
yeah.
Are you like into it? Is there something about it that you're like, all right,
well,
let's do this?
I mean, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And I really admit this. It does feel super fucking manly to be covered from like gut to thigh in blood.
Okay.
I don't know why.
The gays would definitely disagree. Have you talked to a therapist recently? You'd be like
the fifth on.
You're like, it's just very manly to be covered in blood.
It felt like I'm a man. I did that.
It'd be like, a gay would walk in and be like, I think you broke her.
I very much had like a drunken one night stand years ago, and she did not tell me she was on her period.
shit.
And I pulled out and saw the blood. I'm like, did I hurt you? I'm like,
Oh.
and in retrospect, I'm like, that was a really stupid question.
No, I mean, you probably had, intent to be like, did I hurt you?
No, it was legit concern at first.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes in like in a guy's mind, I know sometimes when I'm railing someone, like I realize that if they're kind of in discomfort a bit, it's kind of like a fuck yeah, you are.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely is. Like anal sex is not like my go-to. It's like, yeah, I'll do it occasionally. It's not like my go-to. But there have definitely been points where it's just like, oh, the power of it is just like, oh yeah, that's right.
I had a collaboration. I actually had a collaboration this afternoon. A guy named Matthew Ellis from Australia. Like literally, he's hopped over here because he's up for a couple of GayVN like fan nominations, and he hopped over here and was like, yeah, let's get a collab in, and he just happens to show up as I win, performer of the year, and he was like, well, I have to thank you or like show you, or congratulate you in a proper way, and I'm like, yes. And when I tell you, I just like 10 ways from Sunday, just railed the hell out of this guy. And at the very end of it, I was just kind of like, fuck, yes. Like, I did that, So I get the feeling of, when you do that and you're just like.
It's like, enjoy your 15-hour flight home now. Yeah. You sit okay?
Yeah, sitting on his side like, fuck. Worth it. That's another thing about the gays. Like we fully embrace like getting railed to where you cannot sit correctly. Like we embrace it, and like especially like the strict bottoms are definitely like if you can rail them 10 ways from Sunday and they are like in discomfort after, like that's actually kind of a prideful moment. And like for both top and bottom, it's like a fuck yes.
I have an average penis, but like when the couple times I've railed someone to the point where they're just like, I'm walking funny. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, yes. Yes. Enjoy that stride of pride.
Exactly. Exactly. And I have a couple female friends who are like complete size queens. She's like, if my cervix isn't bruised, they weren't doing it right.
I appreciate that too. I'm like, because, as a gay man, I bottom as well. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. If I'm not like, holding my belly in discomfort after, like, try again.
There will be no repeat business.
Yeah. Be like, yeah, that was fun. Next.
Right. You got to make it work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll make it work.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. I don't know if you're familiar with, there's a performer on the gay side. His name's Rocco Steele. You heard of this guy?
I've heard the name. I'm completely unfamiliar.
Yeah. He has a underwear brand called 10x7 because that's his measurements. He's 10 inches long, 7 inches around. And he was my neighbor in DC when I lived there. And there were a couple of times that like I walked to his place and I waddled back. Like there was one time even too, because we were about 5 blocks away from each other. And like he came inside me and like I was just a fucking wind tunnel afterwards. And as I was walking home, I had cum dripping down my leg, but I was like, you know what? Fucking right, I do. I earned that.
Fuck yeah.
I dare somebody to say something to me.
That's awesome.
It's honestly like the things that gay men can be prideful about. It's
it's definitely got to be a point of pride that you were just able to take it.
Yeah. Yeah. A 10x7. And also, I believe like enhanced with, medications, I think, that made it even like.
Now I want to watch C-SPAN and see who's walking funny up to the mic.
Oh, geez, he definitely took a Rocco Steele. He took this bottle straight up.
Senator, are you okay?
That's why Mitch McConnell blacked out. That's why he was just standing there like, oh, fuck. Cum was dripping down his leg.
Good on him for being able to get it up for Mitch.
Yeah.
That has to be medicated for anyone to be turned on by Mitch McConnell.
Yep. There's no amount of like closing your eyes on that one. There's no amount of it.
No, you have to feel the leathery, turtly skin.
The turtly skin. He does look like a turtle. I forget the cartoon's name, but there's a turtle that was cartooned like I think back in the 80s, like 70s or 80s. That I was like, oh, that looks like fucking Mitch McConnell. Next subject, because I'm like, my dick is going inside me as we're having this conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was supposed to arouse you during that. My bad.
You're not supposed to make it disappear. It's like it's just supposed to stay normal. It's not supposed to disappear inside my body.
Oh, come on. That I definitely have a first. It'd make your dick although other people have definitely made your dick disappear. Never mind.
Accurate.
My bad. I believe there's a bunch of footage that proves that.
Yeah, there's a lot of footage. I mean, homemade footage too. That makes it. Yep.
Were you into doing home movies before you got into like actually doing it for?
Oh yeah. There was no. I had no qualms about getting into porn. The only qualms I had was that because I worked for the Department of Defense before I got into porn, and I was a little hesitant because I'm like, what if someone finds out? What if it? But then I smarter than the average bear, and so I made sure that my ass was covered. And I went ahead.
That seems counterproductive to what you do.
Figuratively, not literally. Ass has never been covered. No, but it was. I had no qualms about it because, I was never shy about filming. Just like if a guy would come over to my apartment, I was never shy about film. If they consented to, of course, I'd be like, we should film this. Like, this looks really hot. But of course, it would only be like a 10-second, like, oh yeah, that's really hot. Next, get back to business. But I was just never shy about it. And I've never been body shy. I don't know what's the term. Nervous about my body. I've always just been like, there it is. This is it. And so getting into porn, it was just kind of like, I can get paid for this now. And I'm actually learning from professionals about how to really make it look good. And so no, there was never any hesitancy in that regard to starting porn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. It's just interesting to see, like, in the internet era, like, everyone has cameras on them, like, how many people are just like, yeah, I'm going to film this.
Yeah. Yeah. And you should. If it's hot and you can put it in the spank bank for later, by all means, as long as everything's consented to. Like,
I'm old school. It's all up here.
So wait, you're illiterate and you can't. You have no education, but your imagination is through the fucking roof.
Yeah, how do you think I got here?
Okay. Well, fair. Well played.
Like, I'm an average-looking heterosexual dude who, got here. Like, of course it was due to imagination.
Are there any like porn sites that you watch? Like, if you do need a visual,
I watch a lot of porn.
Okay. I was like, to be in this industry, I think you kind of have.
No, it's a lot of Europeans. Like, I don't like to jerk off to people I know in real life.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Anyone you want to call out?
Oh my God. That list is long. Actually, one guy I watch, I just spent about 3 weeks with him in Brazil. Igor Lucios. I could watch that guy fuck all day long.
Oh, I forgot my one caveat. If I've actually had sex with them, then I'll watch their.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, where's this going?
That's my one caveat. No. Oh, we're Eskimo brothers. No.
I was like,
what?
Wait a second. Or like, did we just get a confession?
No.
On this podcast?
No. And it's not opposed to, like, just no interest. Like, it's.
Mm-hmm. There was, and granted, I've also, because I've had sex with Sophia, one time to get, like riled up for a kink.com shoot, I watched some of Sophia's stuff to like get in the mood.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's like, it's more of like, as I'm scrolling and I'm like, oh, that's hot, as it pops up. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I know that.
Yeah. For me, it's, if we've had sex in real life, yeah, I'll watch your scenes. Or it's with strangers.
Got it. Wait. I'm like, that covers a lot of people, actually.
Well, yeah. I got to have some variety.
Okay. The variety is the spice of life.
It is. It absolutely is. Like, who wants to jerk off to the same person all the time?
I'm such a smartass. I was going to say conservative Christians. But that's not true, because they jerk off to gay porn all the time.
Right. Hell, they jerk off to more porn than anyone else. When Pornhub puts out the numbers every year, the red states always are top viewership.
Exactly. True. So no, my statement is incorrect.
Yeah.
Statement's incorrect.
They want more variety than anyone.
Because they're stuck in a position where they can't have variety, so they want to see it on porn, and like in every type of porn that they watch.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just got to be such hell because especially like they're married to someone who actually drinks the Kool-Aid and actually believes what they're fucking they're preaching, and like they can't explore even if they are heterosexual, just they can't explore their kinks or anything like that with their conservative wife.
Nope, they can't. And also like so ever since I moved to Utah, I've learned so much about Mormonism and like what's allowed, what's not allowed. So there's a thing, and this is what I've heard from people that went to BYU, Brigham Young University, that they're like, you're not allowed to penetrate and you're not allowed to like thrust. And so there's a term, I forget exactly what it's called, but like it's where, you know, they'll get like just to the point of almost penetration and then they'll shake to like, I have to look up the term because I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's a thing that they do to like not break the code.
Send me to hell first. Fucking send me to hell first.
Well, it's honestly like, you know, that is what I really feel pity for a lot of the Mormons is that they don't get to experience that. And honestly, like very conservative Christian people that don't allow themselves to enjoy their humanness, to enjoy the things that like, yeah, when you play with your dick, it feels good for a reason.
Right.
And like with guys, this is one thing I will die on this hill. With guys, your G-spot is in your ass. A little finger up there and just like a little, you know, like massage. Try it. And like, don't have this, you know, like, I can't do that because that might be a little gay. Like, no, your G-spot's up your ass. Like that, if God exists and he has a sense of fucking humor, he puts your G-spot up your ass.
I don't do it just because I have digestive problems. That makes me like if you get a finger near my asshole, it clenches. I'm just
you're like, not today.
No.
Well, I'll send you a douching tutorial, and then that might allay some of your fear of things happening.
100%, just absolutely, just terrified of like, yeah, I've had digestive problems for 20 years. It's just
and
like
I had Taco Bell yesterday.
Yeah, and maybe if I got involved with someone that like it was more than a 1 or 5 night stand, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to pop that one on them.
Yeah,
like brand new.
Yeah, like, hey, you just hit an oil, Derek.
We call it that. We call it striking oil. Yep.
Oh, I often say it's just like sometimes when you drill for oil, you strike oil.
Yep. It's like, what? Oh God, never mind. There was I was trying to think of like a weird like idiom that the gays say, but it's something about like, you know, playing the mud. Nope, I forgot it. Next.
And the thing about it is, gay, straight, if shit happens, just go wash it off. Like,
yeah, it honestly is because like it shit happens. Yeah. Shit really does happen. I mean, it hadn't happened to me in a while. But.
Well, look at you sleeping with people that are preparing for you.
Yeah. No, I mean like myself, even when I'm bottoming. Yeah.
Well, look at you preparing.
Performer of the year.
Right? Performer of the year doesn't shit on people.
No. If it happens, it's like give me 5 minutes, be right back. But that hasn't happened in a while.
Like if it's off camera and it's real life, who cares?
Oh yeah. In that case, yeah.
Well,
no, it's if it happens, like I have. Oh, you want story time?
Oh, of course.
Oh, the worst hookup I've ever had in my life. So this guy, and this was in DC. He'd been kind of like hitting me up every now and then, and like he was sending me pictures that had like he looked good. Like I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna say no. Like you're a good looking guy, I'll do it. And he finally comes over. Did not look like his pictures, like body wise, did not look like his pictures. But I was like, you know what? I'm horny. Let's do this. And I go in, and within 5 seconds, it is just like I struck oil straight out of Texas. Like it just came flying out. And I was just like, there's my bathroom's just over there, you know, just go.
Oh, and you were hosting? Oh,
I was hosting. Yeah. Oh, it gets better.
Oh God.
This gets wild. So like I'm just kind of chilling on my bed, you know, I've washed myself off, and you know, I think he's taking a shower. I didn't know what was actually happening in there, but all of a sudden I heard the loudest and most like drawn out fart ever. And it was enough for me to be like, are what just happened? Like that could not have been good. And so he comes out and he's like, I think I should go. And I was like, okay, like we're good. No problems, no issues. And so he leaves. I go back, I go into the bathroom. And when I say that there was a Jackson Pollock-esque shit stain across my walls in my bathroom.
Oh, God.
Like in the shower, on the walls, by the toilet. I was like, that's what that was. And apparently he just decided. Have you ever seen the Scary Movie 2?
Yeah.
Where Brenda was just like, I'm going to shit all over these walls, Ray. It happened to me.
Was this person raised by wolves to not deal with this?
Possibly. I have no idea. But like to literally shit all over my walls, leave me with the aftermath.
Right. That's the part that really bothers me. Like the Jackson Pollock in the walls, sometimes things happen. As someone who has digestive problems, sometimes things happen.
Yeah. I would have totally understood if he would have been like, I had a little bit of an accident.
Right.
But just to leave.
Right. And not say anything.
Not say a word.
I would be mortified about that. Like, I've taken some nasty shits in girls' bathrooms before. I just own it. Like, sorry, girl.
Yeah. You're like, shit happens.
Right. Like, it's clean now. We can go back to.
You're like, I'm feeling good.
Feel good. I'm cleaned
out of my system.
Right. Let's do this. And that's met with mixed results.
Oh,
Definitely was hanging out with a girl at a place, and it was very much going to be a sure thing until I had to go take a shit, and then.
Oh no!
Like, yeah, I'm feeling tired. I'm like,
and it was like, it's one of those like when it happens, it fucking happens. You're like, bathroom now.
Yeah,
deal.
I was diagnosed with Crohn's in 2004, so
fuck.
Luckily, it was a super mild case, and like I've been in remission forever. But every once in a while, like I'll get some sort of flare up, and it's like, oh, I gotta go now. I gotta go now, and it's bad.
Yeah, that's autoimmune.
Yeah,
is okay. Yeah, like your intestines are based. Your immune system says, "Fuck you, intestines."
Right. Exactly. I don't know if it's due to my lifestyle, but
you're like, I mean, it's made out of corn, right? Or wait, rye? No, made out of rye.
Yeah, at least 51% rye.
Yeah, at least I was looking at the bourbon where I was like, it's made out of corn, but
oh no, corn. Bourbon is at least 51% corn.
Mm-hmm.
There's rules to this shit.
There is. Did you know that Jack Daniels is actually considered a bourbon, but because they make it in Tennessee, they don't call it a bourbon?
It's a Tennessee whiskey, yeah.
Yeah, but it meets all the classifications for bourbon.
I think something to do with the mash does disqualify it, though.
Does it?
Yeah.
Fuck. I remember, because like Lynchburg is not far from where I grew up. And I think it's so fucking awkward and weird that Lynchburg, Tennessee, where the original Jack Daniels distillery is a dry county.
Coffee County, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's a dry county. You can't buy Jack Daniels there. You can't taste it. You can just go in and be like, here it is, and go on about your day.
Which is one of those things that proves that money breaks the rules. Like, this distillery makes so much money, they're like, yeah, it's a dry county, but you guys could still fucking operate because it generates tax revenue.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
It's the highest selling whiskey in the world, I think.
I mean, it definitely was at one point. It may not be at this point.
Yeah. I know Jim Beam at one point, and then I think Jack Daniels, I think they kind of back and forth.
Well, but both those distilleries are owned by major conglomerates these days.
Yeah.
You know, Jack Daniels is owned by Brown Forman, and Jim Beam is Suntory Beam at this point.
Oh, it's not Bevmo. Not Bevmo. What's InBev? InBev, yeah.
No, InBev's mostly into beers.
Okay, that's right.
But yeah, Suntory Beam is like, and when you get Suntory involved, that's like almost everything in fucking Japan.
Which has some really good whiskeys, by the way.
I'm not into smoky whiskey, so like every time I go to sorry audience, every time I bring up Japan, the eye roll, I can feel it.
They're like, just give it a chance.
Well, no,
give it a try.
I love going to Japan. Like I've been multiple times.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Japan stories that have been told over the years. And every time it comes up, they're just like, can you go one fucking episode without bringing up Japan?
Nope. Because they make whiskey.
They do.
This is a drinking podcast.
And it's a heavy drinking culture. Like,
yes. The businessmen that'll be passed out in the subway because they got way too drunk with their bosses. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's a thing.
Every night around end of business, it's just like bars filled with people in suits just tearing it up.
Yeah.
But every time I go there, like, I will drink some Japanese whiskey and like, I'll be like, I recognize this is a fine fucking whiskey. It's fucking fine. It is just not to my palate.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. It's kind of like Jack, like I think we were talking about before we started that like Jack Daniels, we've kind of lost our affinity for it. And, you know, it's because I think we experienced so much of it that like, we're like, no, we're done. And we've upgraded in life. Like we're doing better.
Right, exactly. It's like, I liked dinosaur nuggets when I was a kid.
I mean, I'll still fuck up a dinosaur nugget.
Yeah, every once in a while. And I'll fuck up some Jack Daniels every once in a while.
Okay, that's fair.
But like, you know, if you're like, Matt, would you like this fine filet mignon? Or would you like some dinosaur nuggies?
Can I have both?
Ideally. Ideally. And both bacon wrapped.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Well, and this is why I have digestive problems.
Yeah. I'm like, and you wonder?
No, I don't. I acknowledge this. I fully acknowledge it. I'm just not willing to course correct.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, like, life is short and it is meant to be enjoyed. As much sex as possible, as much food as possible, even moderation and moderation.
Right.
I mean,
So everyone I've ever heard actually legitimately mean that was the biggest alcoholics I knew.
so before I really got into the industry, I was up there with regard to alcoholism. Like in most of my drinking history, and like I was in a fraternity, you know, I grew up in Alabama. Like alcohol is kind of second nature to a lot of us.
Nothing else going on.
What's that?
Nothing else going on.
Nothing else. Exactly. But like even at that point, I got it to where I was like, okay, this is a problem. Like this is actually like this is affecting my daily life. But granted, like my husband had just left me. My work life, you know, working for the Department of Defense was miserable. And I was just like not happy with anything going on. And so alcohol, you know, some people turn to it and I turned to it.
That's the thing. It's a socially acceptable drug until it's not.
Exactly. You're like, everything is fine until it's not.
Right.
Fine. And I got to a point where I was not fine. And, but came out of it. And now, like, this is probably the most I've drank since I was in Brazil, which was like Christmas time.
So, like 3 weeks.
A few weeks, yeah.
All of 3 weeks ago.
Why you got to call me out like that?
'Cause I'm a horrible enabler. You want some more?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Hey, at least it broke up the $100 bottle for you.
Dude, I was appreciate it. When we were talking about, you know, the kind of bourbons that we liked, and I was like, I mean, you know, I'd really love a Woodford, you know, the Elijah Craig. And I was like, but if I really wanted to spend money, I would have gone for Blanton's.
Oh,
I fucking love Blanton's.
Lens is good stuff.
It really is. My buddy from DC, he just like, I think every time he goes to another state where it's a little cheaper because he lives in DC, he just like stocks up on it.
It's fucking like all those Buffalo Trace products.
Mm-hmm. They're good. I've been to the Buffalo Trace distillery, and it's beautiful. Like it's actually beautiful, and they've got an operation. Like that shit is. They're like they are very good at what they do. And yeah,
They are, but I'm really, really upset because W.L. Weller's Special Reserve used to be my go-to.
oh, is it not like did they discontinue it?
No, it's on consignment now. So it's,
Oh.
and it went from being, are you familiar with Weller?
I've never tasted it.
Okay. So it is basically rejected Pappy. It's the same mash and barrels as Pappy.
Oh.
It's only aged 7 years. And it's basically like, this isn't going to quite make the cut to be Pappy.
Yeah. Yeah,
So they-
Pappy's like a $2,000 bottle. Like,
Well, retail, it's a $200 bottle. It's all gray market that brings it up to those prices.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, I've seen bottles of Pappy going for like $2,000.
Right. Because once again, those are consignment bottles.
Mm.
The way Buffalo Trace does all their consignment bottles is if you sell enough Eagle Rare, enough Buffalo Trace, you get so many bottles on consignment.
Oh.
And unless you're a national fucking retailer, all the mom and pop liquor stores turn around and then sell them at green market prices, what you would buy them on like Wine Trader or shit like that.
Yeah.
That's why you get $1,500, $2,000 bottles of Pappy.
Got it.
But retail, it's a $250 bottle.
Okay. Yeah.
W.L. Weller Special Reserve, before everyone knew about it, was a $26 bottle.
Oh, shit.
And used to not be put out on consignment. It used to just be there.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I like weeded whiskeys. And Pappy's a weeded whiskey. A weeded bourbon.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, this stuff's awesome. And then I found out what it was. I'm like, that's even cooler.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, everyone else discovered it.
Oh,
And
you
then-
were an OG.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's $125 a bottle.
Got it.
Like, because the Buffalo Chips puts them out on fucking concern. Fuck you people for ruining my good thing. Also,
let's go to Kentucky. Let's go.
They're not cheap there either.
No, I'm saying let's go to Kentucky. Let's go to the Buffalo Trace Distillery and be like, hey, motherfucker, what's the deal? Like,
like
yeah, they would have been like, money.
But it's crazy. When I was in Austin, Jesus, 2 years ago at this point, a liquor store down there apparently just didn't know what they had. I bought a handle of Weller for $40. I'm like, fucking mine. Mine. Dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, let's be fair, it's Texas.
Yeah. It was Austin, so it's like civilized Texas.
Civilized Texas. If the two words could be in the same sentence, civilized Texas.
Civilized-ish Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've made it a habit of, especially when I'm traveling, any mom and pop liquor store, like, do you have WL Weller? Yeah. And they had it on the shelf. I'm like, how much is it? Like 40.
40. I'm taking it.
Yeah,
take it.
It put my bag overweight.
Oh, shit. And you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll pay an extra $20. I don't care.
Oh, no. It ended up being an $80 bottle instead of a $40 bottle. Oh, no.
Oh, no. The sacrifices that you have to make to enjoy life.
Right. Part of me was just like, we should cut a deal with that liquor store. And like, if you ship them up here, we can make some profit.
What if it became like the brand of "and now we drink"?
And that's basically Elijah Craig at this point.
Oh, okay.
That is basically the house wine of the show at this point.
The house wine. I fucking love it. And a good one to have as house wine.
Well, because that's one of those ones where it's like, it's a $26 bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It's 94 proof. It's fucking very drinkable.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, not everyone's on top of it yet. So the price has gone through the fucking roof.
Yeah. But now that we're talking about it.
Now that I've been drinking it for years on air.
It's only once you start to get to the point where you're like, I really love this. And I just am like, I have such a love. And then it's fuck.
Yeah. That's what it was like with Weller. Like, I brought bottles of Weller, like, internationally with me. I would pick up a bottle to travel with. It's just like, oh yeah, this is.
You had a travel, but was it like your little, like a whoopee?
Oh, without fail, when I travel international, I always bring bottles with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because like, are you kind of you're bringing it with you to have something that you know is going to be good and something that you're going to drink, or is it just like like fuck all y'all, I'm not going to buy any of your shit, I'm bringing my own. A
little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Okay.
Like Japan, last place I went back to Tokyo. I brought a bottle of Elijah Craig with me, like, and it was also because I knew I was doing podcasts while I was there, and it was just like,
okay,
oh no, we're drinking this while I'm here.
So there's like when you go to Japan to do podcasts, are there so I'm not familiar if there's any adult industry.
Oh, they have a bigger industry than we do.
So I've seen, because I've been to Tokyo before, but I only got to spend like maximum 3 days there. It was a work trip, so I really didn't get to like.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I know. I'm wanting to go back.
Go now. The yen is not right this second. Please don't leave the interview and be like, I'm out, bitches. fuck my GayVN nomination. I'll go to Tokyo.
LAX is right over there. I'll be right back.
The yen is very weak versus the dollar right now. So.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like I knew that there was an industry. I just didn't know. Like it seemed to me to be very underground and in kind of like the video stores. Like what you imagine in New York. The little penny. I forget what they were called. Like, but you'd stick in a penny and like the window would go up. Like that kind of shit. I never saw any of a genuine like porn industry.
Oh yeah, no,
in Tokyo.
They have a larger industry than we do. They make more a year than we do. I don't know what the gay side of the house is like over there.
I don't think it exists. No, I think because from what I've seen of Japanese porn, it's very like female focused, and sometimes not in a very good way. Sometimes in a very like misogynistic, like you are the inferior in this case. So I've seen a lot of that, but I haven't. I don't think I've seen any of the gay side, if it exists.
I mean. There has to be gay people in Japan. There has to be.
Well, I'm if I'm remembering correctly, so like I've been to Japan, been to Vietnam, and I've been to Thailand, and they have a very different view of sexuality and like homosexuality. They have a very different view. Like Vietnam is kind of like you're a human, and if you have these proclivities, that's you as a human. I think Vietnam is one of the least like religious countries in the world too.
Communism.
Yeah, the communism. But also, like, it's they're more reverent of their ancestors than they are of a god or anything like that.
Well, could you believe in God after all that colonialism?
No, not the fucking French.
Yeah, the French, then us coming through and supporting military juntas. And
oh, geez, man. Oh, we're going to get onto that one.
like, I would believe in God. Well, I mean, I don't believe in God now, but I really would believe in God then.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my village just got bombed for no reason with fucking napalm. Why would God let this happen?
Why would you believe it? Yeah, honestly, it's but if you ever get a chance to go to Vietnam,
Oh no, it's on my list. Like,
yeah,
I want to go to both Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi. I want to do both north and south.
explore even like the middle of the country too, like Hue and Hoi An. Beautiful, beautiful places to be. It's just FYI, if you don't like heat and humidity at its peak every day, it's tough. It's tough. Because you're in the fucking jungle. Like, you're in the rainforest jungle. And it's
Worth it for the experience.
It is.
At the end of the day, it's like, I'm going to be there for a handful of days. I can suffer through almost anything for a handful of days.
Yeah. I actually loved it. Because Vietnamese and English, like, the language barrier is a brick fucking wall.
Oh, I bet.
No. I had to mime and, like, do all sorts of hand signals in order to get around. But there was what was I going to say? Wow, I just went more alcohol. No, what were we talking about?
Your experiences in Vietnam.
Experiences in Vietnam, being hot. Oh, being hot. So I was walking around and I was just like, I was dying. I was wiping the sweat from my brow. I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. And a guy who spoke so little English, but like managed to get this sentence out. He says, "Love your sweat." I said, "Love it." And so I didn't really understand at the time what he was saying, but he was just like, "Learn to love your sweat." And so finally I let it happen, because I was trying to like wipe it away. I was just like, this is miserable. And finally I just let it happen. And my body corrected itself and was like, "You're good. Just make sure you're staying hydrated." And it became very tolerable. So if you go to Vietnam, learn to love your sweat.
So you're telling me Vietnam's kind of a smelly place?
In a good way, though.
Hey, I'm down for the experience. It's like, I say this all the time. I think one of the biggest problems with America is not enough Americans leave America.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Not enough Americans leave their hometowns or leave like their 100-mile radius, not even 100-mile radius, like 25-mile radius.
Right. It's not the 1800s. You don't have to die within 25 miles of where you were born.
I just shoot me in the temple. If that was what had happened, if I had never left Alabama and my little enclave, like, because I'm hillbilly, like I grew up in lower Appalachia, like straight out in the hills. If I would have never left that, shoot me in the temple. Like I would have just led a miserable life, such a miserable life.
And so many people are, because they're just afraid to step a little bit out of their comfort zone.
And there's a lot of peer pressure with that too. Like with my mom. I don't speak to my family or anything anymore. Like I've kind of gone no contact. That's a whole other story. But you know, she was always just kind of like, why would you want to leave? Why would you want to go there? Why are you going there? When I went to Vietnam, because like my mom was born in the 50s and she kind of came of age during Vietnam War. I told her I was going to Vietnam and she's like, usually I would be very happy for you for traveling, because she finally realized like me traveling was a good thing and that I love it so much. But when I said I was going to Vietnam, she's like, usually I would be happy for you, but not this time because of the Vietnam War. And it's that kind of mentality and that kind of peer pressure that, you know, she was trying to be like, why would you ever go to Vietnam? That is the worst place you could possibly go. It's one of my favorite countries I've ever been to.
I mean, that's just so ignorant, because like you hear all these stories of veterans going back to Vietnam for the first time since they fought in the war, and they'll be like, they have such immense guilt of like, I can't believe I bombed this beautiful place.
Yeah.
That I killed people in this beautiful fucking place.
Yeah. You know, so they were ordered to.
Right, exactly.
They were absolutely ordered to.
Yeah, like you can't say no.
Yeah, exactly.
But if people who actually fought in the fucking war go there and feel remorse for what they did, how the fuck does your mother have the justification of feeling that's fucked?
I mean, we're talking about hillbilly Alabama here. Like,
I know
the expectations need just lower those expectations just a little bit.
I can still say it's fucked. I can definitely still say it's fucked
because it is. Because it is like. When I lived in DC, like I was going to leave. And when I left Alabama, I went and I moved to DC. And, my family was just kind of like, why are you moving to DC? Do you know how dangerous that place is? Do you know, like, and a lot of it's rooted in racism as well. Like a lot, we're talking the wrong side of 1950s Alabama here. But then I moved to DC and I was just like, oh, culture. Different, literally every country under the sun has an embassy in DC. So there's people from every country in DC at any point in time. And so it was, just growing up with a mentality of like, no, you can't experience that. That's the outside. And then finally experience it and being like, fuck yeah. And then also, me being me, I'm like, let's have some fun.
Right.
Like let's get down and dirty.
What do all these cultures feel like on the inside?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, legitimately, it is a goal of mine to have sex on every continent on this planet.
Cheers to that, man. I haven't gone to Africa or Australia yet.
So I've been to both and fucked up in both places.
like wait, you got too fucked up that you couldn't do anything? Or
well, that's what happened in Australia.
Okay, fair.
Like I definitely zigged where I should have zagged. Like I told this story recently on air when Girthmaster was on, but I ended up in a random pub, like dyed-haired girl with a lot of tattoos was bartending.
Yep.
And I'm just drinking a whiskey, trying to figure out what I'm going to do there. She's like, I have a shoot coming up to the other bartender. I pony up to the bar. I'm like, shoot, you say? It turns out she's an Australian suicide girl.
A suicide girl? What does that mean?
They're all like pinup models.
Oh, okay.
It's a brand. It's a brand.
I mean, like, did you see the look on my face?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, a what? Like, is this a thing?
It is.
Like, okay.
It is.
Okay, I'm with you now. Like, so like a pinup girl.
Like heavily tattooed. Like that's they're like alt porn, but all they do is photo shoots and shit. It's
okay. I was very confused for a second.
It's all good. It's all good. But I'm like, oh, this is where I parked my car. I'm like, oh, you're a suicide girl, are you? And like, I work in adult entertainment.
Yeah, wait, was that your pickup line?
No. I mean, this is my inner monologue.
In my mind, I was like, you said that to her. Like, okay. God, I was about to be like, dude, we need to have a chat.
No, this is the inner monologue. Come on.
Okay.
I'm slightly more smooth than that. Slightly. I was in there in the morning. I drank with them all day.
Yeah.
All fucking day. And then we went to the barback's house, like as a group.
Yeah.
And kept drinking. I lost consciousness somewhere in that mess.
What did the Australians do?
I don't really know.
Oh, well, you were fucking passed out. Yeah, you were.
I blacked out.
You were blacked out.
There is GoPro footage that exists from that night.
They just kept going.
Yeah. And I've tried to watch it once or twice, but I hear how drunk I am, and I'm like, this is like nails on a chalkboard.
Was it just kind of like, oh, you fucking...
I'm loud, I'm belligerent. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. I'm still friends with both bartenders, her and like the other bartender there.
Yeah.
And he will tell stories like, you drank us out of Maker's Mark. You completely drank us out of Maker's Mark over the course of the day. Like, I'm like,
yeah, sorry about it.
Yeah, like, but I definitely feel like I zigged where I should have zagged. Like I was doing well until I wasn't.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then I went to South Africa and I was just like, oh, AIDS is really, 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 really prevalent here. Really, 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 really prevalent. And like,
no, I gotta get you on prep, man.
Right?
We gotta get you on prep.
And I'm like, I probably don't need to try to fuck somebody here.
Yeah, so I've heard, like I know that parts of that world, that part of the world has higher rates, but I'm not aware. Is it like with women, like straight women as well, or is it? I
don't really know.
You really know?
It was like the only opportunities to me that present themselves were really sketchy, and I'm just like,
oh, okay. You're like, an autopilot kicked on where you're like, no, I don't think I want to do this.
Yeah, like, well, and yeah, it was just like, this seems a little sketchy. And then like one of the nights walking back to my hotel, like got propositioned by a streetwalker. And I'm like, this is how I die here. I'm good. Like,
you're like, I've seen this movie before.
Beautiful, beautiful African woman walks in and like wearing like a leopard print bodysuit. And I'm drunk.
Maybe it was a drag queen.
Might have been. I don't know. I was very drunk. And she's just like, 30 rand for a good time. And I'm like, That's like $3 American. No,
Oh,
this is how I die.
That was not a, like, you were like, that's not the price I want to pay.
Right. Like, yeah, this is how I die in South Africa. I'm good. Thank you. I'm good.
This is how someone comes up behind you and like takes all your money type thing. Yeah. It's like I've never been in a situation like that, but I imagine that that's a thing you have to be like cognizant of when you're in certain parts of the world where you're like, you have to kind of look around you being like, is this for real? Like, is this, because there was one time I was in Barcelona with, this was back when I was with my ex-fiance, and we kind of like, we had started to explore, we had started to kind of add a little spice to the relationship. And so like, there was this guy in Barcelona, and like, he was attractive. He was very attractive. And he kind of was like signaling to us to come and like see him, and we were like, well, let's see what's going on. But then he kind of wandered down like this back alley, and immediately both of us, like our spidey senses, we were like, nope, something feels really wrong. And we turned around, and there were like two other guys kind of walking towards us, and we like booked it away. And we were like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this guy was really hot, and like we would have been done for.
Yeah, he was a honey trap for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And we'd never experienced anything like that. But like, luckily, our, like the hairs on the back of our heads were just like, oh fuck no, this is bad.
My thought process always is like, if this seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's one of the perks of being an average looking dude. It's like, oh, you're insanely hot, and you're coming on to me for no really good reason.
So you're like,
what?
No.
Like,
I'm not buying it for a second.
Like, I don't question if it happens like in an industry event or some shit like that. Like, it's like, I'm established, I'm funny. Like, but when there's a language barrier,
when you're in a safe space, you're like, let's make this happen.
Right, exactly. But when there's a language barrier and you have no clue who I am, I'm not saying I'm famous. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm such like, someone's gonna fuck me for the clout. But I'm not unknown either.
Yeah, exactly.
When I'm unknown, and I definitely don't dress like I have any money. Yeah. Like, it's just like, something ain't right here.
The self-awareness is epic here. I'm very...
I don't think I would have gotten it this far in this world if I wasn't a little self-aware.
Some of the people I've met in my life,
oh yeah,
I'm like, you've made it far. You've made it very far. Well done.
Are they pretty?
Yes and no. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But it's more of a like pretty on the outside. Not
no, it's
yeah. So pretty privilege.
Yeah, pretty privilege is definitely a thing, and I don't knock anyone for pretty privilege.
Yeah,
but I feel bad for them honestly, because looks fade no matter what.
Yeah,
and if you have nothing else to offer this world, you're gonna be in a bad place.
You're like, oh fuck, I got to rely on my personality.
Right,
end it now.
Right. See, I've been relying on my personality forever. So.
You're like, I have honed the skills.
Right.
I have worked on this.
Right. I've become semi-personable. Have fun to be at parties. Like, if you are just pretty, eventually, one day, unless you're exceedingly lucky, it's going to be bad for you.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be bad. And take it while you can get it. 100% take it while you get it. Mm-hmm. And if you are pretty and smart, good on you. Good on you.
Some would say I'm educated. Some would say
you have a master's degree.
I have a professional degree too.
Right.
I have a professional military degree.
What does that mean?
Yeah. So the Air Force. So I worked for the Department of the Army first, and then I worked for the Department of the Air Force after. And the Air Force has this all officers have to go through it, and it's called Air Command and Staff College. And so it's a professional degree strictly for the Air Force. And so I graduated from the Air Command and Staff College.
So were you an officer in the Air Force?
No. I was just civilian.
Okay. But they still made you go through the military college.
No, it was actually like if you wanted to advance your career, which me, like I could not be stagnant, and I can't be stagnant in anything. And so they were like, if you want to move forward in your career, this checks a box, and you have to check that box. And so I was like, okay.
Yay, bureaucracy.
Yeah, exactly. And so I went and I did it, and like it was, some of it was difficult, some of it wasn't. But for the most part, it was mostly just tedious, like very tedious. I learned that I have the patience of Job going through that course, being like, okay, As long as I can just push through this and get to the other side, I'll get the degree. And you look like you wanted to say something.
Oh, I was just going to be like, why are you bringing up the Bible?
Oh, shit. No, that takes a sheer amount of just like obliviousness to be able to be like, oh, I have an education. Although, no, like Martin Luther King had a theology degree. And I think that one was.
I don't think purely education is a sign of intelligence.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely
an education shows that you can sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
For a number of years.
And that you are now sinking in student loan debt.
Right. Being able to apply that knowledge is the sign of intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah. Critical thinking skills.
Right.
Yeah.
Like having that spicy sense to not get jumped in Barcelona will take you much further than any fucking degree ever would.
Yeah. Okay, maybe it was a little bit of the degree that maybe like critical thinking kicked in and was like, this is not it. This is not the moment.
Oh, I didn't realize they covered getting rolled in alleys in military school. I should look into that curriculum.
Maybe they should. Honestly, life skills. I still never learned how to do my fucking taxes whenever I went into college. And I have a finance and economics degree, and we still didn't learn how to file our fucking taxes.
Well, of course not. The government makes more money in fines.
Don't tell me that. I gotta file my taxes soon.
I'm a fucking entrepreneur. I gotta fucking file my city taxes. I gotta file my state and my U.S.
Oh shit.
City of Los Angeles wants theirs too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. City of Los Angeles. Okay. Yeah. I mean, best of luck.
Oh, they're easy. They're like until the point where you're making over $300,000 as a creative, the city of Los Angeles gives you a waiver.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's up to 100,000 as a small business, up to 300,000 if you're in a creative industry.
Oh, okay. Okay. And we're creative
industry.
Yeah. Wonder if I've passed through. That'd be a pretty fucking cool day.
Well, you definitely, the city will come after you with massive fines. So, like, even if you have to file it, even if you haven't passed that threshold, you just have to file it and say, I have not passed 300,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Because they will come after you like you have.
I mean, yeah, you definitely don't want to mess with any like tax people because whenever that happens, it's like they are relentless.
Yeah, because they're like, they're like sharks. They're like, there's blood in the water. Fucking file.
Have you seen that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yeah.
You know, the Jamie Lee Curtis said she was like, I see all of this and it's not looking good. Not looking good.
Honestly, back to the education front.
Yeah.
It really should be teaching more like common sense, like world skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't have children. I'm never going to have children. I don't know what's on the current curriculum.
Cheers to that.
I had my vasectomy. I'm good.
I've been looking into getting one of those.
Pretty painless.
Yeah? Even like the healing period and everything.
I mean, it was uncomfortable. It wasn't like excruciating pain.
I mean, I'm kind of into some CBT, so like maybe this will be a moment where I'll just like really I'll be like, fuck yeah, vasectomy.
But the procedure itself, in and out in under 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like, if you want to watch it happen, I filmed it for YouTube.
You did?
Yeah.
Wait, because it was educational.
So well, I kept it from the chest up, so it's just me mugging to the camera while it's happening.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, I'm like,
no.
In full view?
Over a decade in this industry, I've kept my dick off the internet. That wasn't where I was going to start. My flaccid penis being manipulated by some doctor. That would be.
I imagine there's a market for it.
There is, but not on YouTube.
Not on YouTube. Stranger things have happened.
Okay, not a very good monetization route.
Okay, there we go. Make it about the money.
It's always about the money. It's show business. Do you think I'd just do this for the funsies?
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, a little bit. I enjoy this. Don't get me wrong. But it is not just for the funsies.
I was about to say, like, you get to have some of the most, like, beautiful and probably interesting people coming in here and doing this. So, like, there's got to be a little bit.
Oh, no, I enjoy this. I've said this multiple times. I love podcasting in its current form. Yeah. It is the last Wild West medium.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because even with fucking porn, because of the billing situation, you are restricted on what you could create.
Legitimately, I understand that, but yet again, I don't excuse it because it's like we're in 2024. the level of education that should be happening among people, especially our age. It should be like people should seek that information out. People should be able to learn, and if they're interested in it and when they want to see it, like learn from it. If you keep it from them and you don't, like you try and hide it, that makes it 10 times worse. And they're gonna find it. Like they are absolutely gonna find it. And if they do find it, they should be able to find it in a very, I don't like the word well regulated, but just kind of like a safer environment.
Right. And an environment where like people aren't being exploited to make it.
Key.
Right.
Key. That's so I've done a lot of BDSM stuff, like scenes. I've done a lot for kink men, and I started getting into kink.com as well as I infiltrate, the straight side. But like I hadn't experienced a lot of BDSM prior to getting into the porn industry. And I can honestly say I am very grateful, especially to Kinkman, Micah Martinez. I'm going to give Micah a shout out.
Give him a shout out.
He has always provided such a safe environment and very like consensual. And granted, his twisted imagination, he would be like, "What do you think of this?" And I'd be like, "Let's try it. Like, let's see how it works." One of them was like a cattle prod to the side of my body, but like it provided an environment to be like, this is what's going to happen. This is like the effect. This is how it's possibly going to feel, and then test it. And this is kind of a long and convoluted way of saying like, in that environment where I felt completely safe, and there were experienced and knowledgeable individuals around me. I was like, this is the best way to experience this. If that were to have been hidden from me, and I just kind of went, just head first into some sort of weird, underground BDSM scene and like potentially gotten hurt, injured, anything like that. Like it's to me, it's when people can experience things from knowledgeable and experienced people in a safe environment and coming from a place of knowledge, that is infinitely better than just like leaving them to their own devices to figure it out on their own.
100%.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm a big proponent of there needs to be more education for new performers.
Oh, yep.
Like, because
how do you think we should do that?
I don't know. That I'm an idea guy. Execution,
yeah, that's fair.
It's just one of those things where, like, people just don't know, and people are sometimes hoard knowledge because they're afraid of being replaced by.
That was the way it was when I was in Department of Defense. It was people they held onto their knowledge rather than kind of sharing it. And I'm like, isn't this the place where we should be sharing knowledge amongst like the people that have the clearances and everything like that, talking to each other rather than being like, no, I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not going to tell you anything. But we're going to get on a tirade on that one.
Well, and it comes from a place of insecurity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I get it, especially from older performers, where when I got in, there was just studio work. Like there was clip sites that existed, but no one was making their living primarily from clip sites.
Yeah.
Unless you were in some like very kinky niches.
Yeah.
The majority of people made all their money from studio work.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I educate the person who's possibly going to replace me on that set tomorrow?
Fair.
That mindset, unfortunately, is still kind of prevalent at times.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah. Especially with the advent of OnlyFans and like, so there's also Just for Fans.
And loyal fans.
And loyal fans and all that. Yeah. The two big ones that I use are OnlyFans, obviously, and Just for Fans. Just for Fans is also like a very, very good market for, and you're allowed to do a lot more than you are on OnlyFans. Like fisting is allowed on Just for Fans.
But my butthole. Sorry.
Well, we're not talking about you. We're not talking about, you clench at the sight of a finger going towards you. I keep like hoarding the
no, you're not hoarding
the angels and feet.
I mean, there's a little taste for like, we'll share this last taste and then we'll break open the Elijah.
Okay. But where was but like Just for Fans, it allows a lot more. But yeah, now that all of that, with the advent of that, I think that a lot more power has been put back in the performer's hands.
Oh, and it definitely should have been.
Yeah.
And we're also in a point where like the technology's affordable. You can get cinema quality content with cameras that cost a couple $1,000 versus like 10 years ago when I got in, like to get a fucking cinema quality camera is $10,000-$20,000 investment.
Yeah. Do you know what I've done for my content? I'm going to kind of give away a little trade secret here, but I've just kept my iPhones since the 12 because all of them record in 4K, and I've just kept them. I haven't traded them in, so I've got 3 phones that I have, and then I just put up tripods, and it's equipment that I've already had now, and it records in quality. I do like 4K. I forget the FPS, but I
would assume 4K 30 or 4K 60.
30.
Okay.
30. Yeah. And honestly, like I didn't even an iPhone whenever you trade it in, or like an iPhone whenever you buy a brand new 1500.
Yeah.
I think now. Yeah. And it's 4K quality.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's something you already got. I mean, for fuck's sake, these cameras are complete overkill for what I do. But but they're also part of
they make me look good.
They do. But they're also part of my kit when I actually go do other shit too. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like when you go to Japan, do you bring all this stuff with you?
I do. But I mean, like, I do shoot people's content at times. I shoot other shit. Like,
oh, okay. Yeah. So you're a videographer as well.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Nice.
Yeah. I do other things in this industry besides this.
You're like, no, I just sit back in here and drink and have people on my podcast.
That's what they would like you to believe.
Life.
That's what they would like you to believe. No, in reality, I work all the time and just do a lot of shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, when you're in this kind of industry, like the hustle is real.
It has to be.
It is absolutely real. Like for me winning Performer of the Year, I wasn't sitting on my ass for half the year. For the last year, I would say, I think I was home, like, because I live in Utah now.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it. I actually love minus the Mormons and
the magic underwear, yeah.
And I never wore it. You think there's like there is definitely a kink involved with that. So no, like I'm not prior Mormon. I grew up in Alabama, and like I didn't really grow up that religious either. And so, but like I love I love nature. I love the outdoors. I love hiking, camping, backpacking, all of that. And Utah is next to none. Like it is so beautiful. It is so incredible. And also, I'm quite introverted. You may not believe. Like it's hard to kind of believe.
I don't believe that.
No, I actually am like introverted. Once my social battery runs out, I'm out and I'm done. And
if he just gets up and walks out of here, we understand what happens.
Yeah, I'll be like, social battery's out. Goodbye. No, but being able to go home and just kind of escape everything is very nice to me. But over the last year, I think I stayed home a grand total of 2 months out of the last year. Every other time I was traveling, I was coming to Vegas, coming to LA. I went to Spain like 3 times, went to Brazil. So it's like, in all of those instances, I was either going to an award show, I was working a gig, I was filming content. I'm filming content all throughout all of it. And that's one of the reasons why I won this, won Performer of the Year, is because like I literally was not on my ass for longer than a couple of days at a time.
And that's fucking amazing. And that's how it should be. And that is the one big change that a lot of people have embraced, but a lot of people haven't. It's like, you can't be lazy to make it in this business anymore.
No.
Because in the studio days, your agent did all the booking for you. You showed up, you did your scene, you went the fuck home, you made your money. When Twitter was just in its infancy, you didn't have to be on all the time. You didn't have to interact with your fans all the time.
Yeah.
And that's not the landscape anymore. Like, I'm assuming your fans want to fucking talk to you all the fucking time.
They want to hear my voice all the time. And I'm like, I am happy to talk. Like, trust me, I'm very happy to talk. But yeah, no, you're exactly right. The fan interaction is the name of the game now, because they have such access and such ease, especially with OnlyFans and Just for Fans. Like, they literally have access to you now, unless you pay somebody to like answer messages for you, which I'm like, I
think that's a mistake. I understand if like you don't have the battery for it, you don't have the bandwidth for it.
Yeah.
Because it is a necessary part of the game. But I also think strategically it's a mistake, because those people will never capture your authentic voice. Those people don't have your experiences. They will never be true. And like the fans crave the authenticity of actually interacting with you.
Yeah. Yeah. And as much as I hate to admit this, do you know what one of the best ways to interact with fans and show your authenticity is? TikTok. As much as it pains me to admit that, like I do TikTok lives a lot. like as often as I possibly can. And it literally provides, like, your face is up there and people are coming in, and like the amount of people that are like, I can't believe you're on TikTok. Like, this is so fantastic. And they'll ask you questions on TikTok, and you literally get to interact with them that way. Like, that's the level of like fan interaction that people are craving now. So you're spot on about that.
It's like I know what I'm doing or something. Shit. Shit.
Do you do TikTok lives?
I don't, because it's one of those things where like I have a TikTok. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I post content from this show, it gets fucking muted.
Oh, yeah.
Every time. There's nothing unseemly happening in any of those clips. But we're talking about some shit. Like,
you're talking about some shit. Yeah.
I posted a clip of Nathan Bronson talking about fishing a makeup sponge Java co-star, and they're just like mute. Like, nope.
I also adore Nathan. I did a cooking with Nathan as well. I made a fucking quiche.
I saw.
You did?
Flipped it poorly. I saw it.
We saved it.
Yeah.
We saved it.
I do a little research. A little.
And I introduced him to an age-old gay brunch secret. Bubbles go with everything.
How's that just a gay secret?
Apparently, like, Nathan was like, I didn't know that you could pair, like champagne with a quiche. And I'm like, oh yeah. Rosé. Rosé goes with just about anything. Like, because especially eggs, like wine and eggs are not friends. But
they're not?
Well, I mean, just like whiskey and eggs probably are not a good thing.
They're not?
Well, I see I'm in the wrong crowd. Or I'm in the right crowd.
I have done a lot of drinking in first class before, and like the whiskey just keeps coming.
Okay, I stand corrected. I
don't expect anyone else to live my lifestyle. Like, don't try to be me. My
palate is my palate.
Right. You'll have my digestive problems if you try to live my life.
I was gonna say. But no, it's I actually do kind of feel that, like, amongst the gays, it is kind of a brunch thing, and like we helped to introduce this and make it mainstream, especially with like drag brunches happening now. We helped introduce that, yes, you can drink champagne, rosé, all of that with just about anything.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Though, pro tip, don't drink too many mimosas. The acid will fuck you up.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Found and that out the hard way.
Too. The champagne, too, like the bubbles that keep coming up, you start to get acid reflux real quick.
The champagne's fine. It's the orange juice.
Okay, fair. But when you combine with our powers combined.
No, you start off with mimosas and then you just go to raw dogging champagne.
May or may not have been guilty of that in my life.
Oh, I definitely have.
Yeah.
Many times. Saddle Ranch in West Hollywood used to have bottomless mimosas and bottomless bloodies like every day from 10 to 3 p.m.
Yep. Every day?
Yeah. Every day.
Okay, wow. L.A. Good.
Yeah, no one has real
LA.
jobs.
Good work, LA. Because like in DC, like brunch weekends are a huge thing. Everybody, we called it the Sunday Scaries because like the next day you were feeling it.
Oh yeah,
from Sunday brunch.
Well, because every Sunday brunch uses the cheapest champagne they possibly can.
Cheapest champagne, but everything is bottomless.
Oh yeah,
completely bottomless. Okay, so this is like it is migrated out of. It wasn't just DC. We felt we were kind of in our own little bubble that we're like, oh no, DC does brunch the only way.
I hate to break it to you, DC is just Hollywood for ugly people.
What's that saying? You're like, I'm too ugly for LA, it's like I'm too stupid for New York and too ugly for LA. Where do I go?
DC.
You go to DC
and help run the country.
The accuracy.
But yeah, many like 2 p.m. rolling out of Saddle Ranch on like a Tuesday.
Well done, man. Well done. And then rolled straight into a podcast. Isn't that what
it happened. It definitely happened. I thought about hitting a bottle of wine with dinner. I'm like, no. I have to hang. I have plans after the podcast. I can't just be fucking annihilated when I go meet up with these girls.
You're like, I just need to get annihilated while I'm talking to the girls.
Right, with them.
With them.
When it's a group effort, it's fine.
Is that how it works? Is this what information I need to know?
Yeah,
before infiltrating.
Everything's good when you're all getting fucked up together.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, who wants to be the guy who shows up fucking trash while everyone else is sober?
May or may not have done that in my life. But
well, I have too.
I love it how you say so matter of factly. You're like, I have too.
Yeah, look,
You're like,
100%. I have too. 100% I have. I mean, shit. I showed up to the fucking pajama party on Tuesday like on mushrooms, so
I don't see a problem.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I did it.
That's why I did it. But was anyone else? I'm guessing no one else was on mushrooms.
No one else.
In LA, no one else was on mushrooms?
No one else admitted to it.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, yep, drinking hand, like, yeah. Took a little shrooms. Like, I was like, I took a tasteful amount.
A tasteful amount. I love that. Not like in, a moderate amount. Not like, relaxed amount. It was like tasteful amount.
Yeah.
I think my gay is rubbing off on you because you're using words like,
No, I
took a tasteful amount.
No, you could ask people that were at the party. That's what I said at the party. Sorry, I may be illiterate, but I am articulate.
Wow. Write that down, like illiterate but articulate.
I wonder how much my audience actually thinks I'm illiterate.
I mean, you stand pretty solidly by it. And you're like, I'm illiterate.
Well, yeah. If you say anything confidently enough, people believe it. That's the problem.
Especially when you have this kind of voice. I could say like outside the sky is green and people would be like, oh, fuck, it is.
Oh, yeah. Tornado's coming.
Oh, Alabama. Yep, I'm familiar. I've seen 2 F5 tornadoes in my life.
That's terrifying.
It's terrifying. It actually is, yeah. There was a massive outbreak in 2011 before I moved up to DC. And I saw an F5. It was completely rain wrapped, and it just like went just north of my apartment. And I was like, "Okay, this is where I die." I don't want to die in Alabama.
Right?
Get me out of here.
It's got to be pretty depressing when people are like, "I want to die in Alabama."
It's when you're in Alabama, you just are nothing but depressed, and then you're like, "I guess I'm going to die here."
I mean, I'll admit, at least Mobile has good seafood.
Well, that was good seafood. Okay, so that's what I'll give Alabama. It has good food. The barbecue in Alabama, I will stand on that hill of barbecue in Alabama.
I went to the number one Yelp rated spot for barbecue in Mobile, and I was not impressed.
Well, that's because you went to Mobile.
I was there for work.
Oh, yeah, you got to go. Like, there's a place in Huntsville. It's called Gibson's. Been there for like 80 years, I want to say, and the barbecue sauce is delicious. And we are the originators of white sauce. You ever heard of white sauce?
I've not.
Oh man, introducing you to this would do horrible things to your digestive system.
I'm here for it.
You're like you know what at this point, but it's a mayonnaise and vinegar sauce. It is quite good, because a lot of people don't know how to really cook like white meat, chicken, turkey, and so you just dip it in this sauce and it like instantly adds a lot of moisture to it, and it's fucking delicious.
I'll try it. Like, I'm not a fan of mayo, but I'm also not a fan of mustard, and I fucking will throw down on some mustard based barbecue in South Carolina.
Yeah. No, so it's honestly it doesn't taste like mayonnaise. Like, it's just more of the like thickening agent, I think.
When I was traveling a lot for my day job at the time, like, I tried barbecue everywhere. That was like my jam. It's just like, no matter where I go, I'm trying the local barbecue. So, I've eaten barbecue fucking everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Texas is pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
There's a place in Fort Worth called Haim. I think it's HAIM. I'm not sure, but it's really, really good.
So in the Dallas area, like Dallas-Fort Worth, Lockhart Smokehouse in the Arts District in Dallas is phenomenal.
Oh.
Like, I knew that place was legit. It's like, oh, you order by weight, it comes in butcher paper?
You order by weight. That's a key.
Yeah.
That's key. It's just like, it kind of sucks because like I love to eat. I don't look like it because I diet really fucking strictly.
I'm sorry.
I know. My industry, and also being gay and I have to bottom in a lot of my scenes. I am very careful about what I eat.
This is why I'm not doing these things.
I know. You're like, thank God I'm not a bottom.
Well, I'm not a bottom. Why I don't get naked on film? It's like, I don't give a fuck.
You don't even take a finger in the ass. You're like...
Right. And it's just like, if someone's hooking up with me, it's just, based on personality anyway. So...
They can't fuck your sparkling personality, man.
They could try fucking out of me, though. They could try.
Oh, here we go. So what about you wanted to talk about GayVN a little bit?
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
I did. Oh, are we back on that? I thought we were going to talk about food a little more.
Do you want to talk about food a little more? I can talk about
Yeah, no, the fat kid in me. I mean, a fat man. Like, it's not even a fat kid anymore. I am a fat man at this point. Fuck.
I'm gonna fuck with you. Just the one. This is why friendships with me are either hit or miss, because I'm like, if I can fuck with you, we're friends. You're like, I guess I'll drink away my
I'm gonna just drink more empty calories. It'll help.
It'll take the pain away.
No, I think it'll just add to the gout.
I like to ask this question because it gives me an idea of your food preferences. But so if the world
had a face, had parents.
What?
My food had to have a face and parents.
I am so confused right now. Had to have a face and parents?
Yeah, like pigs, cows, they all have faces and parents.
Oh, God. For a second, I was thinking human.
I mean, we haven't gotten there yet, but...
Oh, taste of humans.
If it's prepared right.
You've seen that movie Alive?
Yeah. I mean, I never hope to be stranded in the Andes, but...
Dude, that was brutal. But the people that survived it, like, insanely... Like, that is next level, like, badassery.
100%. But yeah, you prepare it right. I mean,
oh no! Do you see how little meat is on me?
I mean, I'm not trying to eat you, man.
Not yet. We haven't been put in a situation.
Well, you're not marbled enough.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm the one who's going to get fucking eaten. I'm marbled.
We're like, that's a nice piece of ass.
My ribs would be delicious.
Okay. We're going down a path of no return.
Yeah, if you eat me, I will not be back.
Yeah. But so, like, I like to ask a question because it kind of gives me an idea of, like, your food preferences. But if the world were ending tomorrow, what would be, like, the meal that you'd be like, well, this is it. I'm going to eat this.
Oh, that's so fucking difficult.
Right?
That is so fucking difficult.
Right.
It's like, I love American barbecue. Love American.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, coast to fucking coast, like fucking everywhere. Like
yeah.
But on the flip side, like I've definitely thrown down on sushi in a lot of places.
Japan.
Oh,
and LA. LA has really good sushi.
LA has really good overpriced sushi.
LA has good overpriced. Name it.
Yes, very true. But also like an amazing steak, like. The tomahawk ribeye from Bob's Chop House in Dallas is fucking phenomenal.
So you have an affinity for Dallas, I see.
I've been there a handful of times and like mostly, well, actually one very traumatic memory and a bunch of good memories.
I think we want to hear the traumatic memory.
Oh, just I'm pretty sure I've told the story on here, but basically my girlfriend at the time, we were supposed to go on vacation and she called it off for whatever reason, like last minute to go on vacation. And work's like, we know you're on vacation right now, but we need you in Dallas like tomorrow. Can you go? And I'm like, vacation got canceled. I went.
Yeah.
I didn't really consult with her on it. And then like while I was down there, it's like I got convinced she was cheating on me. So I was a fucking mess.
You got convinced.
Yeah.
So it wasn't real.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Neither confirm nor deny.
Right. She claims when I last talked to her that it never happened, but I don't know.
Okay.
At the end of the day, communication very much dried up. I came across a fucking second Facebook profile.
Oh, of hers?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was a lot of drama, and it was really, really super bad for my mental health.
Relationships usually are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. That's why I don't do them very often.
That's why I don't do them at all.
Well,
at all.
I've heard ex-fiance, I've heard ex-husband.
And that lesson finally learned. Lesson. I like to say, I want to get a t-shirt printed with this, and my fans know about this. I want to say single by choice because of experience. And it's honestly, nothing could be more true because every one of my relationships has gone to complete shit and left me in like financial, emotional ruin. And so I finally just got to the point I was like, if I took all of these things I invested in relationships and invested them just in myself, and boom, Xbiz Performer
of the Year. and soon to be GayVN multiple award winner.
We're gonna.
Oh yeah, we're drinking to that.
We're drinking to that. Yes.
But back on the food front,
Yeah.
like because I want to get back to the relationship thing, but I don't want to leave your question hanging.
Yeah.
It's such a tough choice. Like my death row, like fucking like
Yeah.
execution meal is just like
Yep.
it's such a fucking like I'm such a glutton. I'm such a fucking glutton.
That's honestly same, man. But I know my answer.
I want it all.
You're gonna be like, you know what? Just put every single food item in front of me.
Back to the variety is the spice of life thing.
Yeah.
There's not just one thing that I want to eat all the time. I want like.
But I guess it's more of a like. So my death row meal would be cassoulet. Have you ever had cassoulet?
I'm not even familiar with it.
Oh, okay. See, here's why. This would be. I can probably guarantee this would be your death row meal.
Oh no.
So it's a French dish. And it's like a bean dish. So you take all of like the fattiest meats that you can think of. You take sausage, you take duck confit, you take like everything that just has like every ounce of fat on it. You render the fat out of it, and then you cook the beans in the fat. It is one of the most delicious dishes in the world. And you will be in a coma afterwards to where you will not realize that the world is ending. That's why, like, anytime I get asked that question, I'm like, cassoulet would be like my death row meal.
I love that the French are just like, yeah, food and war. That's kind of what we do.
We do it so well.
Right. Food and war.
I mean, a lot of like Napoleonic dishes are the ones that are the popular ones today.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we're getting sidetracked, but I don't understand how like the French got they're cowards. They're surrender people. Like, are you kidding? Look at the history of that country. They're about that life. They're about that war life. Like France makes war.
I think that a lot of people look at World War II and that's what they think. Because I mean, there was no chance. Like,
right. Because their population was decimated still from fighting so hard in World War I.
Yeah. And then you had the Germans on methamphetamine with all of their tanks rolling right in. Like, the French were like, oh, fuck.
Right. I mean, Jesus Christ. The French have like executed their fucking government how many times?
Yep.
They're not. Their gas prices went up and they're like, no, we're fucking rioting. We're setting fires.
Did you see how, what was it? I think it was because they were talking about increasing the age of retirement.
Yeah.
And people brought in these giant trucks of manure and they like threw manure on government buildings.
Right.
I'm like, the French, Jesus.
Right. They're not fucking about. Like, I don't understand where people are like, oh, they're surrendering. Like, no. They're not about that. Like we get fucked socially all the time. And we're just like, what's on YouTube? What's on YouTube right now? Like,
yeah. Life is literally crumbling around us and we're just like, oh, TikTok, look at this video of a cat. Like,
right, exactly. Oh, what's on Now We Drink this week?
This guy.
I gotta answer your fucking question. And like,
so if I had to, I'm going to take a wild guess. So like you've talked about steak, you've talked about sushi, you've talked about barbecue. What if it was a full, just like barbecue platter?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
With all the sauces, like from around the country, like all the different sauces that you could be like, I want to dip this one in this one. I want to dip this one in this one with macaroni and cheese. Yeah.
And collard greens full of pork.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, wait. So, you can do that or you can do a smoked turkey wing.
Collard greens full of pork, actually.
Okay, fair.
Like,
I'll give you that one.
Anyone who's like, oh, collard greens are good for you. I'm like, no. They have to have like half a ham hock in there.
Yeah.
But also, like, I got to have like a charcuterie plate of like Spanish jamon.
Oh, the jamon iberico.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, when I was in Spain, I was just like, oh, I understand why there's no Jews here. There's just,
oh, yeah. Like,
everything has pork in it.
That took me a second. I was like, wait, they were forced out in the Inquisition. And I was like, oh, wait, no, you're talking about pork.
Yeah, I'm talking about pork. But, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, the alcohol's making me slow. This should get interesting.
But yeah, like definitely a couple, some slices of that, and like
Yeah, jamon iberico is honestly the only thing I don't like about jamon is that it smells like a wet dog. Have you ever been to the Boqueria in Barcelona?
I've not. So I've only been to Madrid and then down to the Mediterranean coast.
Okay, nice. There's a food market, and I think it's like centuries old, the Boqueria, and when you walk in, it smells like a wet dog because of all of the hot, like the legs of jamon, and it like, granted, the smell, and you're like, I'm looking past it because I know this is delicious, but it smells like a wet dog.
I have fucked some smelly puss in my life. It was
that smells like a wet dog. Be like, choices.
I make poor ones sometimes. Then I talk about them on the internet.
We've got to get you updated on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
So that was I do a lot of references, and I know like a lot of the straight dudes are never going to get the references ever. But like, there's Tatiana, who is a famous drag queen on Drag Race. She would always just be like, choices. Yeah. So now if you ever hear me be like, choices, that's RuPaul's Drag Race.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Gotta expand the palette. Like,
honestly, like it is a social phenomenon. RuPaul's Drag Race is an absolute social phenomenon that has brought drag to the forefront of American culture. And like, seriously, man, like,
well, I'm just like slightly tangent. It's just, I remember when Supermodel dropped, like when RuPaul first came out, and the people would be like, she's hot.
And you'd be like, that's a man.
I don't think we discovered that till years later.
You feel like that is a drag queen and one of the most one of the fiercest drag queens in this country.
And also just wild that she came out of the fucking like New York club kid scene that like, Party Monster was all about. Like RuPaul was in that fucking mess. Yeah,
like the Vogue, like when Madonna's Vogue came out, RuPaul was all up in the midst of like the drag or the ball culture that was there. She was right in the thick of it.
Yeah, the gay community is a lot of tastemakers.
Yeah. Like the gays run a lot more than you think. DC run by gays. Music scene now run by gays. Well, a lot of producers I think are straight, but like there's
and abusers. But
shit, is Kesha free yet?
I don't know.
We don't know. Oh, hope she's free soon.
I hope so. And like, Kesha, I'll come ruin your life some more. Someone. I mean, not in an abusive way, just interacting with me way.
You're like, just talk to me. I'll ruin your life.
Right. Like, I
make you question your choices.
I hate to break it to you. That's happening right here now, too.
No. It's after this comes out, they'll be like, so we actually canceled the Xbiz Performer of the Year, former Performer of the Year.
They just come to your house, take the trophy back.
Yeah. And I'll be like, you're never going to find it. And it's
come back and just like, I still have it. Still have it.
Got a bit of a patina on it now.
I honestly want to win an AVN this year just so I can turn it into a shot glass. But that's a side note.
Is a podcast one of the
best favorite adult podcast.
Fuck.
Up for it 2 years in a row, so
fuck yeah, man.
I'm gonna lose, but
no.
I'm gonna lose.
Who's I don't even know if I would know the other ones.
I mean, Plug Talk won last year, so
Plug Talk? Mm-hmm. That means a lot of things in my head.
Adam 22 and Lena the Plugs.
Am I thinking correctly when I think plugs? That has more than one meaning.
I think so.
Okay. Then we're on the same page. Like, well, aptly named.
Yeah, but my only beef with them is like there's a full sex scene that happens after the podcast, so it's like
what?
Oh yeah,
like consensual.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're not just raping people. Wow.
Well, like I was just wondering, like if it was expected.
Oh yeah, no, it is. I mean, it's part of the deal. Like the performer who goes and does the show that's like going to have sex afterwards.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about that.
My beef with it is it being nominated for favorite podcast is like that's a sex scene.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's not just a podcast.
Yeah.
It's actually like visual media. It's the whole it's the whole shebang.
It's the whole shebang. And it's
whole
like
kit and caboodle.
and like definitely nominate them for favorite creator scene, whatever. Like, but I'm mostly not sleeping with my guests.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that mostly not.
it's happened in the past. It's happened in the past. And like one of my civilian friends pointed out to me, like,
what did I sign up for here?
God damn it.
You're like crying as you're taking your shirt off.
Strike oil. I'm sorry.
No. I already had a collab today. We're done for the day. We're done.
The shop is closed.
The tanks are empty.
It's happened in the past, and then one of my civilian friends pointed out to me, like, that's a gross power dynamic, man. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right.
There's that's actually what I've heard about a lot of I call it kind of like the Harvey Weinsteining of, porn, where it's like, oh, you kind of the casting couch kind of shit, where you're like, oh, if you want to work in this, you've got to do this.
Yeah, and 100%, like anyone I've ever hooked up with on the show, it's like they've been the aggressor, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is happening.
You're like, no, don't.
I mean, I've never said no, but it was just like I never like we're having a fun conversation, we're hitting it off, whatever, like things happen, like
yeah,
consenting adults, but I never thought about like, oh, you may have ulterior motives, and this is like I was just like, oh, you're into me, cool.
No, it's like you're into me, not like you're into me.
Well, no, once you're here, I know, like,
yeah.
But yeah, my civilian buddy's just like, yeah, it's kind of like a weird. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I'm helping promote their career, and like, so it's like whenever I hit it off with someone now, it's like, not tonight. If you want to hang out on a different night, I'm totally down. I will happily put out in 24 hours. But the night that the cameras are rolling, I'm going to be good.
Yeah, you're like, no, business first.
And that was an evolution. Like,
yeah.
And it's not like, oh my God, this is almost 400 episodes deep. I maybe slept with 10 people, like, over the course of the show.
So you got like 4%. That's the right math, right?
I don't know. I think I could read numbers.
I think that's the right math. Right?
Yeah, it's a pretty low number, and like at least one of them I had slept with, or maybe two of them I had slept with, like before they ever did the show. So it's like, it's like people who repeat business. I can't really be like, this is weird. We're hooking up again.
Again? How did that happen?
Oh my God. I'm inside you again. Oh no.
I tripped and fell, and your vagina took my dick.
Right. But back to the original point of that. Like,
I was like, how? My brain turned off for a second. I was like, how did we get onto this?
Well, we were talking about like, the podcast that like there's sex scenes involved.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They should be in collab categories and stuff like that. Like,
I agree. If it's kind of like an expectation and it's gonna happen, I kind of agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
Leave it to the rest of us, God damn it. And on top of that, like, there are very well established shows like Holly Randall Unfiltered, which is a little more prestigious than I am. Mm-hmm. A little more serious than I am.
You've got me on here. You're bottom of the barrel, buddy.
I am not bottoming. You already said you're going to fire blanks.
Firing. I can only hope that I'm firing blanks. Like I'm hoping that if I get a vasectomy, it's just like wasn't even necessary.
100%. Like I for mine, I was like, I probably should have gotten a fertility test before I did it. I've never had a pregnancy scare.
Yeah, neither. Not that I know of, at least.
How many vaginas have you been inside of in personal life?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Lost count?
Kind of a lost count. It's not nearly as many men as I've been with, but I'd probably say in the 20s or 30s. Yeah, and then guys, I'm batting 1,000 is what I say. Like I'm well over 1,000.
So, like, would you consider yourself actually more bisexual than? Because it's a spectrum. It's not just like a black and white.
I don't consider myself bisexual, even though I know that that's the definition. Like I'm not oblivious that like, oh, if I'm attracted to both, it's kind of either in the pansexual, bisexual realm, but I identify as gay. Like at the end of the day, I prefer dick. I prefer guys. but I'm a performer. And I don't know if you know this, and I don't know if the fan or if people that are watching you know this, but I'm now the performer of the year.
Right.
And so I'm gonna be so insufferable for the next year. I just hope everybody gets ready for that.
I'm just happy I got to your first interview post winning.
Yeah, for real. The first interview, like as soon as I won it,
I mean, the moment Xbiz saw that shit, I'm like, "Fuck, you saw it, tweet."
Yeah. You were like, perfect fucking timing,
right?
But yeah, it's like when it comes to this, I enjoy the performance. I enjoy like creating the fantasy. I enjoy like for me being a gay dude that just wants to fuck and like you've got a hole, I'm going like consensually, of course. Like I'm
and a non-bleeding hole.
I mean, I understand that things happen. I do, but like I don't know if I would actively go into it knowing that was the case. I haven't experienced it before, but I think
this whole episode's been talking about experiencing life.
Yeah,
do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I've just never been given the opportunity, or never had the opportunity. So
Let's text Sophia and ask her next time she's playing.
Oh shit! She would be like, "Yeah, let's go."
I know she would. That's why, like, I'm not gambling on a maybe here.
Yeah,
this is a sure thing.
You're like pretty confident in my analysis here that like Sophia's going to be all about it,
right?
But no, I guess it's because I've never been given the opportunity,
and we're going to make that happen for you.
Yeah. I love that this is like we're going to make this happen for you. Like I assume in my career, the way that I want my career to go. I assume that could happen.
Oh,
and I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know if I would actively go into it.
I mean, you should do it off camera before you do it on.
I have found in my BDSM scenes that it's a lot safer to try it out first and then roll the cameras.
Right. I mean, there's a reason people do dress rehearsals before they get on stage.
Fair. I got waterboarded recently.
With water or urine?
Water. We couldn't do urine. I know. It was Dante Cole too, which I would have rolled with it if they would have been like, "Yeah, it's Dante's piss." I would have been like, "You know what? Let's go." I
mean, what is the appropriate temperature of piss for waterboarding?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
I'm assuming.
So I assume like it would have had a little time to cool off, like post, body to water.
Room temperature?
Yeah, like 72 degrees, like a nice balmy piss, No.
Can't let it wait too long, though.
Yeah, no, then it just kind of gets cold and it's like...
Nobody wants stale urine.
I'm
sure somebody wants
I'm sure somebody... this is side quest number, God knows what. But I went
keep track for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. I went to Berlin for Folsom.
Oh, very cool.
Which it's an entirely different animal than United States Folsom. Berlin Folsom is predominantly gay, and like out on the street fair, it's all about the look. Like nobody's having sex in the streets. Nobody's.
Ooh.
I know. I was woefully unprepared for this. I was not aware of how much it was about the look, rather than the fetish, like the fetish. So I show up and I'm just wearing like a chastity cage. That was all I was wearing, and people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Everybody's wearing like full leather or like the not nylon. What latex?
Oh.
Like full latex.
Okay, that's not where I thought you were going. In Germany, starting with an N, I'm like, what is happening here?
No. I mean, there's like a little bit of kind of like neo thing going on, but like it's not blatant. Like it's not. I don't think.
Well, that's a crime in Germany. So.
Yeah. I don't think that but I'm not really sure, and I don't know if I should comment on it because I'm not really that well versed on like the German culture, like especially the German like leather and latex culture. But like I've seen porn, and I'm like, there's
taboo shit.
There's taboo shit that kind of happens. But yeah, so but then I went to the after parties, and it's absolute bedlam. It is like there are fisting booths. There are like benches laid out for just like guys to get up and get on all fours and just take whoever comes along. Like it is bedlam. And Where was I going with this?
Good time,
Oh, the
obviously.
piss. Stale piss. They in the bathrooms, there's urinals, and like in between each urinal, there's definitely a guy. Like there's going to be a guy who's seated between the two, just waiting for someone to piss on him. And when I tell you, I walked into that room to piss, and the stench of piss was just like it hits you full blast. And so I was like, I had to wait until I was just like absolutely about to burst, because otherwise I would go in there and I would smell the stale piss, and I was just like, oh, I can't do this. But then like when I finally had to piss, the guys that were like posted up between the urinals, they saw me come in and like get ready, and they were like, here it comes. Here it comes. So it's a thing, it's a thing for people.
Hey, whatever makes people happy.
True. And honestly, let's be real. If I walk into a bathroom and there's a urinal and a dude's face, I'm probably going to piss on the dude's face.
I'm not even gay. I'd piss on the dude's face.
Yeah. You're like, you know what? I'm going to like check this off the
It's for the bit.
Bucket list.
It's 100% for the bit. Like I'm not sexually aroused by this, but it's like,
you're like, when you got to go, and
yeah, like
there's a face there.
I do it. It's 100% for the story. Like, yeah, I was in Germany. I peed on a guy.
Mm-hmm. And people would be like, you know what? Bravo. Well done.
They can clap. They can boo. I don't care.
You're like, you know what? That was my experience, and you can't have it.
You can't. And I don't care what you think of it. Why the fuck would you care what the anonymous people on the internet think?
I certainly know. The block button is there for a reason.
Oh, no, I don't.
You don't even block them.
Oh, no, I weighed in.
Oh, dude. No, I tried to do that, and it's pointless.
Oh,
it's absolutely pointless.
No, it's not pointless. It drives engagement.
True, but at what cost? Because I remember when I posted my scene with Sophia, and people lost their shit. There is an entire just like cadre of people on Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that are just like chomping at the bit at any gay performer that could be gay for pay or could be bisexual. And when I say that they are relentless, like they do not stop. They do not let up. Like the amount of times I tried to explain myself being like, I'm a gay dude, like literally go on my OnlyFans, 99.9% of the content is me taking a dick or giving dick to someone with a dick. Like, in what world do you think that I am bisexual when 99% of my stuff is me with dudes?
I mean, their opinion doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but like, it just starts to kind of drive you crazy.
Oh, no.
When you're like, no.
No, not at all. Like, I literally just wait. Like, I have a post on my Instagram right now that the incels are big mad about.
It's incel. It is straight up incel. I will go on the fucking record like that.
They are big mad about it. They are big mad about it. And I am constantly in there just being like, whatever. Like,
you're the one that goes in there, drops a little bomb, and you're like, I'm going to step back and see what happens.
Oh, yeah. No, it's gotten to the point where I've commented so much in the thread of this. Like, someone's like, I've never seen a podcast comment so much to defend their guest. I'm like, you know I'm doing this for engagement, right? Like, I tell them.
But what's funny is that still won't deter them. They're going to be like, oh, no, there's no way. No, you're not.
When you start thanking them for their support, they get real upset.
You're like, I can just see the cha-ching, or I can hear the cha-chings as you're talking to me.
You are literally just supporting the show you supposedly hate.
Yeah.
And I tell them.
Yeah.
I tell them. I'm like,
I'm going to give you fair warning now. You're going to get people coming in there, like with this episode, saying like, he's not really gay. He's not really. And even though like, I literally just fucked the hell out of this dude from Australia before I came here. For fun and for content.
And I will flat out tell them like, why do you care?
But you know what they'll say? Oh, this is where it just starts to get wild. This is the level of delusion of these people is they will start to say, well, by virtue of him, saying that he's gay but enjoys pussy, like that's an argument in favor of conversion therapy. Dude, I'm not joking. I wish I was joking because they think, oh, because if he can change his mind from being gay and wanting pussy, that just lets people, like especially in government, know that he's like, you can be converted and that you can be changed and that this is a choice.
I mean, assuming that was remotely accurate.
Big assumption.
That's anecdotal evidence at best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you, as the one person who can change their mind, does not mean that it works for everyone.
Yeah.
That's not how science works.
Yeah. Yeah, but
The anecdotal evidence does not mean we should make policy on the one guy who can change his mind.
I'm just giving you a fair warning.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
I'm like, it'll drive engagement.
Exactly.
I'll give you that much.
Oh, no, 100%. Like, at the point where I get bored, I just keep thanking them for their support.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you keep posting, just keeps driving the algorithm. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like, you are helping me. Thank you.
You are helping me. Like, people were just like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dog, if I was bothered by this, I could block you.
Yeah.
You notice you are not blocked.
Yeah.
I'm still responding.
You're still here. And yet you're still here.
That's intentional. As the old saying goes, don't argue with the person who has the microphone.
Yeah. Yeah. You will win.
Right.
Every time.
The only people I remotely block is like when it gets threatening, racist, or
Yeah.
anti-Semitic. Like, then
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not going to give those people a platform at all.
Yeah, and that's where a big problem comes in with this particular group, is that they are horribly transphobic. Like, you'll see a lot of them pop up and they'll say like, "Oh, I'm LGB without the T." And it's like, it's not how that works, buddy.
No.
Not how that works at all. Like, that isn't completely inclusive on the spectrum. Like, that's there. But they see trans and the trans experience as like a negative for the gays. They're like, we fought for our rights. We don't want this involved. And when it's really like, no, we're still fighting for ours. Like, we're fighting to keep what we've gotten and move forward with it. Trans are still in the area of like, people are actively fighting against them in their existence.
Everyone's fighting for human rights.
Mm-hmm. Is specifically though with the trans, and I'm like, and I do think it's a very important, this is very good information for people that may not understand or may not realize what's going on. But like, when it comes to trans people, it's not a fad. No. It's not I want to go into a girl's restroom, so I'm going to put on a wig. No. People that are trans were born in one body, and they feel that they are completely in another. I think if more people were to understand that and have having education and access to this information from a much younger age, there would be a lot less like mental health issues or like mental health struggles for trans people. I really am just like, and this is kind of the battle that's being fought now, is people are, especially like Christian conservatives, are saying like, oh, this is an abomination, like using the same tropes that they did for gays, 30 years ago. And it's just like, come on, y'all. Like they're not like, you can't ban them from existence. You can't, keep the information away from them and think that they're just going to go away. That is not how this works.
Right. And who would ever want to go through the amount of suffering that a trans person goes through?
That part.
Just to like, oh, so I could piss in the other bathroom?
Right.
Fuck. Think about this logically for half a fucking second. Who would
that part? You got to think about this logically.
Yeah, I know. I've lost a majority of people.
Yeah, vast majority.
The minute logic gets involved, people don't come to the show for logic. I understand that.
But for trans advocacy, I'm not a trans man. Like, I'm not in any way on that part of the spectrum, but like, I understand the, non-hetero homosexual struggle of like, I didn't have access to the information that I needed when I was younger. I didn't have access to, healthcare. I didn't have access to any of that. Growing up fucking gay in Alabama in the 90s did not exist. But I wish I would have had that information. I wish I would have had those resources. And I think that's what a lot of like what I would like to see when it comes to the trans experience is like them having access to that information and access to that healthcare. I think that's what we need now. We don't need people fighting against it just because you don't like them.
Right. once again, as I said at the beginning of the show, how are they harming anyone? Like, how is a trans person?
Not.
Right. So why do you give a fuck if they're not harming anyone?
They're not.
Right.
But take a look at Jeffrey Epstein's list and see, were there any trans people on there?
Not a one.
Not a one. Not a single one.
I mean, Hillary could pass for a man at times, but
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
I had to say it. It was
Boner
horrible.
killer.
You wonder why Bill fucked around.
Oh no. I still have trauma from 2016. So, God, I lived in DC the day, like 2016, the day after the election. You could have found more cheer in a graveyard.
Well,
in
I
DC.
was in Echo Park watching the live election coverage,
Oh no.
and it was like the air was just sucked out of the room.
Yeah. Echo Park, like, so you were in LA?
Yeah.
Is that, yeah, just people were just kind of like, well, I guess there's still Alaska. Like, can we, no, we lost, oh, fuck.
Oh, the second like Trump took Ohio, I'm like, well, I guess he won.
Yeah, well, wait, Biden didn't take Ohio in 2020?
Well, 100% of the time, no Republican has ever taken the White House without taking Ohio.
True. Wait, no, 2020.
I mean, Biden's not a Republican as much as he pretends he.
Oh, I see.
As much as he may pretend to be at times.
A little bit of a centrist. No, that took me a second that you were like, Republicans never won without winning Ohio. Yeah, okay. But no, in 2020, Trump won Ohio and he lost.
Right. But no Republicans won the White House without taking Ohio. So it was just like, statistically.
I see what you, okay, I'm with it now.
Statistically, if you take Ohio, you take the fucking White House.
Yeah.
But as a Republican, no Republican has ever taken the White House without taking Ohio. It's a very few Democrats have taken
Statistics. Obama.
Just, a lot of drone strikes. a lot of drone strikes.
A lot of drone strikes. That's one of the things that I always think so funny whenever I talk about American politics, where I'm just like, you know what? At the end of the day, Department of Defense spending is going to be billions and billions above anything else.
And they don't know where half of it goes.
And they don't know. Haven't passed an audit in what, like 30 years?
Yeah. Once again, like, I don't understand why people need to spend all this time and energy concentrating on other people's lives when they're not harming anyone.
Right. Because they have nothing else left and they have nothing else going for them. And they have judgment through the fucking roof.
It's so silly.
Yeah.
Get a real hobby.
I wish that was actually just that's how easy it could be.
It could be.
But it could
people
be.
open their minds just a little bit. Like, does this person that you are screaming bloody murder against affect your daily life in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Are they going to affect your income? Are they going to affect your ability to get housing, food? Are they going to affect your family? No.
Not a day in their existence is
Right.
ever the case.
And the biggest part of the problem is like people hate concepts. Like, because without fail, every fucking racist, every fucking homophobe will meet someone and humanize them and be like, "You're one of the good ones."
One of the good ones where you're like, what does that mean?
It's like, oh, but I'm right?
That's like the typical like racism that I grew up with in the South. It's kind of like like growing up with my mom, we would go out to restaurants and like we went to this one place. It was called Piccadilly. I don't know if you ever remember Piccadilly. It might have just been a Southern thing.
It is a Southern thing.
But it was like cafeteria style with honestly like lunch lady style, women like serving the food. And it was all black women. And they were like, granted, they were just like outgoing as hell. They were so sweet, like just when you think of like Medea is what I remember. And I'm like, okay, that's how I kind of remember the personalities being how, but my mom would just be so overtly racist, except for them. They're some of the good ones. And it's like, it's not how this works, Mom.
No.
It's not how this works at all. And so growing up with that, like I know exactly what you're talking about because that's exactly what I grew up with.
Yeah. I'm a Jew. I've experienced some level of anti-Semitism my whole fucking life.
Damn.
And it's like, oh, people find out I'm Jewish way after the fact. Like, oh, but you're one of the good ones.
What?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Because I'm not trying to, steal their money or their gold or I don't fucking know.
That's
because people hate concepts. They don't actually hate actual people. Because once you actually humanize someone, it's really hard to hate someone.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's kind of what, like I hope to have a couple of those goals, or at least contribute to that kind of humanism, especially like, so I'm gay. I'm an atheist. I am like very unapologetically sexual.
Everything wrong with America.
Everything wrong with America. And it's like, I really just hope to kind of bring, a positive light to that. Not only within the industry, but also whenever people, because I've noticed whenever I go live on TikTok or like I interact with fans, some people try and come in and be like, oh, well, you're just a porn star. And I'm like, I have more degrees than you have followers. So calm down, take many seats right now. And not to kind of be a dick about it, but to just be like, hey, yeah, I'm a porn star, but like I'm also a person. I'm a human.
Right.
And believe it or not, I had a 9-to-5 job before this and I wanted to blow my brains out. Like, but now that I'm working in porn and I'm bringing entertainment to fans and I am thriving, I just won a huge fucking award, like, and I am happy. And I'm making more money than I did when I worked for the Department of Defense. Like, why is this a thing? Why is this something you're so hung up? Oh, you're just a porn star. Really?
Because they are bothered. They are unhappy. And they are projecting it on you.
Yeah. That's 100% what it is.
Yeah.
The projection is real.
The amount of people that in my comments section are like, oh, this dude's just nice to these girls because he's just trying to fuck them because he's trying to lose his V card. Like, I'm like, what?
You're like, haven't had that in a while, but also like, no, this is also the content that you create. This is what you are bringing to the world. Like you're, and honestly appreciative that you're giving a platform to people in the industry.
Yeah.
Like that is much so appreciated. When I remember when I saw like some of the clips that were being posted on Instagram of the show, I was like, I want to go on that show.
I appreciate how sheepish you were when you were like, yeah, I'm gay. Is it okay? I'd love to do the show, but I'm gay. I'm like, what'd I say? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're like, I don't give a fuck. You're like, you're in the industry. You're killing it. Like, yeah, come on the show.
I mean, and honestly, I wouldn't give a fuck if you were killing it or not.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, as I said before we got on air, as long as you have something to fucking say, I'm happy to platform you.
I was about to say, I was like, I think we started to go off on tangents where I'm like, let me tell you about fucking trans rights right now.
And these things are important.
Yeah.
It's gross to me, like, for people to be like, oh, what's your follower count? What can you do? I'm like, no. As long as you have something to say and you entertain my audience, that's all I give a fuck about.
Yeah.
And hell, even then, sometimes I just give a fuck if you're going to entertain me.
Have I succeeded?
You have.
Yes.
We used to say it before we got on air.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we were having fun before we even hit record.
When we bonded over bourbon, like the first couple of messages, I was like, I'm a bourbon guy. And you're like, I can do this.
Right. Exactly. It was just like, done.
Yeah.
And there are definitely shows that like, I do episodes that are just for me. Like I have people on that like I want to talk to. I don't give a fuck if my audience gives a fuck about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because at the end of the day, it's your fucking show.
Right.
You're like, I'm going to bring it back to a drag queen reference, but have you heard of Trixie and Katya?
I don't think so.
They're like, so Trixie Mattel, she was on one of the like, I think it was season 7 that she was on. And then like she got eliminated twice actually. And then she comes back for All Stars. Like Drag Race does like this. Well, if you've been on the show once, you got eliminated, you get to come back for like a redemption with All Stars. And she won season 3 of All Stars. And now she's just fucking killing it. And Katya was on All Stars 2 and she almost won. And she's so fucking talented. Well, they have a podcast and a video like they've got like all sorts of social media. I think they're hitting every single one. And the tagline for their show, it's called is they say there's like welcome to where we talk about what we want because it's our show, not yours.
Exactly. Like if you're just pandering to your audience, it's inauthentic.
Yeah, exactly.
And as much as this is art,
yeah.
You still have to like do what feels right for you.
Yeah. No, because if you don't, like, you're just going to grow bored with it, or it's going to lose its like allure. It's going to lose its, it becomes a job rather than becoming something that you actually enjoy doing.
Exactly. Like you're just going through the motions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I 100% have people who I disagree with their opinions on things. I disagree with like their stances on a lot of things, but you can't live in an echo chamber either. You got to have those conversations. You got to have those hard conversations at times. And like, as much as I'm not bringing people on here to like try to fight with them.
Let's go, buddy. Let's pick the most controversial topic that we could possibly think about and see.
I think we have a couple times tonight.
We've hit a couple of them.
We've hit a couple of them, but I'm also a proponent of like, if I were bringing you on to like debate with you about something like that, you would know that's what you're walking into.
Yeah. I was kind of curious when I was watching, the clips of what was actually, the stuff that you posted with like Girthmaster and Sophia, and as I was watching it, I was just like, it just kind of seems like they're just having a conversation.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I don't think, And so I was kind of confused. I was like, are we just going to go in there and just chat? I'm like, okay, I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure because I've done a couple of podcasts before where it's like Q&A.
Yeah,
and like it's not a conversation. It's like, this is what this is. This is what this is. And so I was kind of like, well, you know what? I'm going into it, and whatever fucking happens.
And that is the goal. Like the overall goal since day one of the show is to like have the audience feel like they sat down in a bar next to us, they pull up a stool and just overheard our conversation.
Yeah.
Wherever the fuck it goes,
For better or worse.
Right. Sometimes people are like, I'm going to move a couple stools over.
Yeah.
That's a little wild for me. No, because you as a performer should not just be a piece of meat.
Right.
People should get a feeling of who you are as a person, your experiences. Because no matter what you do on camera, what you do in a scene, your experiences color who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And people deserve to, hopefully understand that and get an idea of who you are.
Yeah, and the fans that I do have, the dedicated, wonderful, like incredible fans that I have, they understand that. They get that. And they know my history, because I'm not shy about my history. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like the first 38 years of my life, I'm gonna be 40 this year. First 38 years of my life, I would not care to relive. I would not care to revisit, because it's just it was nothing but educations in narcissistic people, toxic people, people who just like took my goodwill for granted, and people who were just genuinely horrible and evil. And so like, they know that those are the struggles that I went through.
But you wouldn't be here where you are if it wasn't for those people.
That was the next part. Where
No, sorry. I didn't mean to trample on it.
No, you're good, because you're exactly right. They see how happy I am now, and they see the successes and the heights that I'm reaching now. And they're like, yeah, he came from absolute shit, and now look at him. Now look what it's a success story. And a lot of the people that have, resonated with my stories, they've definitely like, they've read or like heard, because I post like TikToks of, oh, this is why my marriage failed. This is why I don't talk to my family anymore. And the outpouring of like, this happened to me too. This is what I went through as well. Like that for me is very like it hits home, that it's kind of like I hope that people can see this. They can, listen to me and see me and realize that like, hey, you're not making a bad decision by cutting off your family if you feel it's right. And like, and if you end your marriage because this person is being narcissistic or like is using, your resources for their advantage, like you're not wrong in feeling that. You're not wrong in thinking that.
No, not at all.
Yeah. And then when I'm like, hey, you can also, like, if you put all of your effort and all of your resources into something you love, you can win Xbiz Gay Performer of the Year.
Oh yeah. And like on the offhand chance it doesn't work out, you can always change and pivot again.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing stopping you from continuing to try again.
Yeah.
Except your own fucking fear, and that's all you got to get over.
Yeah. Because don't dare let it be because someone told you couldn't do it. No. Or like shamed you into thinking that wasn't something appropriate to do.
Fuck that.
Dude, The reason, or I imagine there were many reasons, but like the one that was like the straw that broke the camel's back that my husband left me was because I showed interest in doing studio porn. Yup.
What does he do with himself?
I don't care.
Fair enough.
I don't care. Whatever he's doing, I just best wishes, warmest regards, you know?
Somehow I don't believe that.
No, I've finally hit a point, and actually, like, this is kind of a cathartic moment where I'm like, yeah, I'm like, do your thing, buddy. Do your thing. Just don't involve me.
Right.
Like, do your thing.
Not my circus, not my monkey.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's in the past now. I mean, I know I'm going to keep saying it, but I just won, Performer of the Year.
As you should fucking say it. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big fucking deal.
That's a big fucking deal.
I just won that. The only thing I am concerned about now is what's next.
Yeah.
What's fucking GayVN is next.
GayVN is next. GayVN is next. GayVN, at time of recording, is days away.
Days away.
The votes have been cast. Like, it is in sealed envelopes with your name in it.
We hope. My name in it. I see. This should be another thing that like should let people know that like I have a gay mind. Is even Beyonce has never won Album of the Year. Like Beyonce has never won Album of the Year, so it's nothing is guaranteed even at that level. So I try to be humble, but I'm not oblivious. And the funniest thing is that I just thought about that is Sophia will flat out tell me. She'll be like, she'll say, I adore you, and I say this adoringly. There's nothing humble about you.
Why the fuck be humble? Why?
I don't ever want to be that guy that is just like, oh, I'm Performer of the Year. I'm a badass. I'm a porn star. I don't ever want to be that guy.
I mean, it's okay to be that guy as long as you don't treat people poorly because of it.
Right. And that's what I like. I guess I'm just so averse to that idea or that concept that like I don't even ever want to give it a chance, And so I try to be humble, Sophia, I swear. I can hear her in the back of my mind right now. I just don't ever want to come off as that guy. I don't ever want to be that guy.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's completely valid.
Yeah. Even when I'm like however many deep, I don't ever want to be that person. Because I've known too many people like that in my life, and none of them were good.
As much as it's important, as much as it's validating on your work.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the end-all be-all of everything.
Right.
So if you just completely base on like your worth on the industry saying you are number one,
yeah,
you'll end up being a horrible person. But you're not doing that.
Yeah, no. That I forget who it was that was saying that like you're not taking it so hot, like you're just riding this wave. And you are writing it as someone that like deserves to win this award, someone that has taken it graciously, that, you're not being that guy that you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm a badass, And so, yeah, like I said, I'm not oblivious, but I also just don't ever want to give myself the chance to be like, I'm hot shit.
Fair enough.
Just the kind of person that I am.
I get that.
That guy, even if at GayVN, I win every award that I'm nominated for, which is a lot of fucking awards. I'm still just going to be like, you know what? It's a good year. It's a really good year.
And you got to get some new shelving.
New shelving. No,
where the fuck are you going to put them?
We had this conversation earlier.
Well, you can't put all 13 of them up there.
Not that we know of.
I mean,
let me call up Max Depth.
Max, I need you to loosen me up.
No, I'd be like, Max, I got a project for you, buddy. I can probably guarantee he'd be like, challenge accepted.
Ridiculous. I hate to do it. I really hate to do it. I got a call last call. We've been doing this almost 3 hours.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Yeah, we're like 2 hours, 45 minutes already.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm going to call last call because I have to do the post work on this.
Yeah. I got you.
I'm the one who has to edit this shit. Plus, there were probably some OnlyFans girls that have been texting me and I have been ignoring.
Oh, So I will graciously allow.
Oh, thank you for allowing me to try to get my dick wet. Thank you. Thank you for allowing that. Do I have to text you from now on when I ever want to get my dick wet? Is that
Yeah. That's, you know what? I'm actually just going to throw out that whole, not getting, taking it as if I'm a badass. You know what? I'm taking it all back. You better text me whenever you're like, hey, I'm about to get my dick wet. I'm going to be like, I'm not feeling it.
I am going to send you so many screen caps of period blood.
You know what? Do it. I'm out. This thing off.
Before we actually run, where can they find you on the things?
Just DerekKage.com. Kage, Kage.
Twitter, IG.
All of it's in there.
All of it's in there?
Yep. It's the link tree. So it's DerekKage.com.
Hell yeah.
Everything's in there.
Derek, it's an absolute pleasure. I hope to have you back after you win all these fucking awards. You just
I'm doing like the Taylor Swift or Adele thing where I'm just like, shit, guys.
I need a personal assistant to carry my awards.
No, I appreciate you having me on here.
Absolute fucking pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, dude.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah. Till next week. Drink up, motherfuckers.